Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Study's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, welcome back to the FTFE show. Excuse me, I'm just in the middle of eating. I should have been aware of that. Protein bars are really chewy. Right, so today is day 2 of my stream for 31 days challenge every day of the month. Because who needs a day off or sleep? Those things are obviously for the week. And today we are going to be going over a debate that happened yesterday on Modern Day Debates. PhD Tony and Peter Markey took on Angel and...
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
that guy, who of course complained about this.
Official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. We got 140,000 members in there. The group was just deleted a few minutes ago.
I'm not laughing, you're laughing. So we're going to go over that debate and analyse the absolute nonsense that the Flat Earthers said. I haven't seen it yet. This is brand new for me. So I'm going in blind and raw. I do see the amazing PhD Tony in the chat, and I would like everyone to show PhD Tony the utmost love, because he is the only real person in the room. Well, him and Dr. Clive Wells, of course, are the only real people in the room, because I've been reliably told that unless you have a PhD, you are not a real person. So, yeah. To PhD Tony, show him a lot of love and let him know he did awesome in this debate. I don't know that he did. Well, I do know that he did, even though I haven't seen it, because he's debating a flat earther, and that's not hard, is it? Tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing is I've got a bunch of scripts prepared and ready to record. So tomorrow I'm going to do a stream whilst I'm doing a live recording session, and then continue the stream while I'm doing some editing and just chat with you guys. So that'll be fun. Casual Engineer says, I bet we'll witness Thompson getting kicked around again. Well, that just happens every time. Oh, right. And yeah, so I was saying to Rachbot in the chat that before it started that Commander Riker got hold of my facepalm pillow to say it is now eaten. It can still protect me from facepalms. For now. Just enough protection. Signa step. No, you rule. Right. I guess we've got to go and watch Nathan Thompson. I tell you what, guys. I'll warn you, right? He's in the top right of the screen. Okay? So when I transition to the next scene, Nathan Thompson will be in the top right. Just over there. Okay? So if you don't want to vomit, get, I don't know, some bits of paper, right? And just place them over the, over this area, right? On your screen, like sellotape it there. Then you don't have to look at Nathan Thompson's dumb face. Just saying. I know, Rach, pets. I have a post-it note. Yeah, post-it note should do. Right, here we go, guys. Prepare yourselves. Here he comes. Here comes Nathan Thompson's face. Are you ready? I warned you in advance. There it is. Oh, I need a sip of tea. Ugh, it's gross, isn't it? Look at it. Can you smell it? I can smell it, like, through the screen. Can you? I know. I warned you guys, okay? I gave you warning that he would be there. So, you know, you had time. Yeah, sorry, guys. Look, it's not my fault. I gave you warnings.
Started out, we have PhD Tony. So PhD Tony, thank you so much.
Woo! PhD Tony! Yeah, I can taste the smell. I know, Dark Knight. I know what you mean.
For coming back to modern day debate. The floor is all yours.
Just give me a moment to share.
Zoomy.
No worries. This is a good time for everybody to hit the like button and share this out in the lovely contentious spaces you like having these debates. We appreciate everybody at Modern Day Debate and everybody in the live chat. Sorry if we're a little bit late here starting up, but
I've messaged James and I'm like, look, get me Nathan Thompson to debate. I promise you it'll be the best show you've ever had. But you won't. He'll run away from me.
Tony, I'm going to start your timer right now.
Oh, Blackburn says he's getting through the post-it note. Add more post-it notes, quick. You've still got time. He's not on there right now. He's just at the bottom right.
Okay. All right, so flat earthers often say that they can't see curvature. They tend not to know what curvature is. In a mathematical sense, curvature refers to the angle of change in angle of the tangent vector or the normal vector per unit of distance moved.
It's nice to listen to a sane person when they start. I like that.
We see this across Earth. For instance, if we have observers that are equally...
Yeah, Specs, the one where I debated him 4 years ago, and I just kept showing memes of him, and he didn't like it, and I could use it to keep him off of the screen. It was brilliant.
Spaced, the angle to distant objects changes at a uniform rate of 0.00157 radians per kilometre. This is 1 over radius, which is exactly what should be observed on if the Earth were a spheroid of radius 6,371.2 kilometres. This is not what should occur on a flat Earth. On a flat Earth, uniform changes in distance from the ground point of a celestial object would not result in uniform angular changes because the tangent is not a linear function. We also observe the effects of curvature in that the first part of an object that comes into view is the top. The last part of an object that comes into view is the base. The base is the first to obscured. This again is exactly what we see. This feeds into the flat Earth claim that we see too far. Normally, this requires anomalous viewing conditions. If how far you see depends on viewing conditions, then it does not reflect geometry, it reflects viewing conditions. Flat Earthers often claim that the appeal to refraction is some sort of get-out-of-jail-free card that globers invoke. Nonetheless, they themselves invoke refraction to explain phenomena like sunlight on the other side of clouds, which requires that light refract in exactly the opposite sense than is physically plausible, which is to say towards the less dense medium. The other observational evidence that flat earthers like to rely on is laser reflections. They argue that because a laser is received at a mirror at some distance away, therefore the Earth can't be flat because otherwise it would have missed. What they're leaving out of this analysis is dispersion of the laser beam. The beam spreads out over distance, and so this experiment cannot distinguish between the Earth being flat and the Earth being curved. So let's move on to a data set where you can distinguish between the Earth being flat and the Earth being curved. So if we have 2 points on Earth's surface, we know their latitudes, therefore we know their distance from the North Pole. We know their longitude, so we know the angle they subtend at the North Pole. From this data, we can construct the triangle that they would form from these parameters if the Earth was flat, and we can calculate the distance between the 2 points and their heading. Similarly, we can do the same on a spheroidal Earth. We construct a spherical triangle and we solve for the distance. And the distance we get using this is the angular separation in degrees times 111 meters or 69 miles. And this is exactly what is observed on Earth. The accuracy of the spheroidal distance formula is a death knell for flat Earth. It tells us that the distance from Mawson Base in Antarctica to McMurdo Base in Antarctica is about 3,000 kilometers. We can confirm this by looking at earthquake data.
Yeah, but Tony, have you considered nuh-uh? I mean, you know, you're debating flat earthers, dude.
Here we're looking at arrival times for the Macquarie Rise earthquake from 2004. We see that at 6 minutes after the earthquake, it hits Antarctica. And then 5 minutes later, it will hit the other side of Antarctica. On the right-hand side, you can see what this would look like on a flat Earth, and you can see that blue signal on the opposite side of the disk from where the earthquake occurred within 11 minutes. This is physically implausible. Another
Hey guys,
prediction
you want to hear a
Earth
funny
makes
story
is
while
that
we're
the
all
distance
chatting? Dude,
subtended
I'm dating a first grader.
Why is he interrupting? Nathan, it's not your turn yet.
by a fixed longitude distance must increase as you move southwards. The globe Earth predicts that this distance will decrease as you move away from the equator. We can test this. We can look at east-west railway lines. These are physical objects that are whose length is measurable. We can look at Kalgoorlie-Takula, part of the Trans-Australian Railway network, and we can see that the track separation of 1,280 kilometres is very close to the spherical distance, but that its longitude separation is 13 degrees. We can work out, therefore, that the degree of longitude along this track is 98.5 kilometres, which is less than the length length per unit of longitude between Jacksonville and Pensacola. So why is the southern hemisphere distance per unit longitude shorter in the southern hemisphere than it is in the northern hemisphere?
Yeah, you can't actually see the other screen with Nathan Thompson and that right now, but it looks something like this. Imagine this is a crayon. Oh. That's what the Nathan Thompson screen looks like right now.
This directly contradicts a flat Earth. Our distance measurements are confirmed by every flight path, by every intercontinental ship navigation. We have been using spherical formulations for intercontinental ship travel for over 300 years. Here we have a ship manual from the 17th century. We can also confirm our distance measurements by looking at submarine cables. Here, for instance, we've got the submarine cable from Sydney to Seattle, and we see that the cable length is a little bit.
But Tony, submarine cables prove satellites aren't real, or something.
Longer, as would be expected, than the shortest great circle distance. We can look at the propagation. We can look at the propagation of earthquakes. They propagate out in circles. They and converge on the antipodal point in a circle. We can look at Rayleigh waves. They spread out from the epicenter. They get received, then they go all the way around the Earth. They get received from the other direction. Then they cross over again. They get received a third time. And for large earthquakes, this can happen multiple times. I'm just going to eat into Peter's presentation time, just to show this this presentation.
Yeah, fuck Peter, man.
Here we have earthquake data from Western US earthquakes, and we can see for the Sumatra earthquake, we can see that the waves initially come in from the northwest and they move towards the southeast. Over time, the pattern becomes less coherent, and you'll start seeing it becomes a bit muddled. You'll start seeing them all go all over the place. And then eventually, at about the 6,000 second mark, so coming up to 10 minutes after the earthquake, you'll start seeing the waves go from the southeast to the northwest. So exactly as predicted by the globe Earth model. Here you go. You can see the waves propagating from the southeast to the northwest, and then they go back. Okay,
all right.
That's the end of mine.
Right, yeah, I actually have managed to hack the back end of modern day debates, even though they're not live right now. I'm just that good. To see the camera of Nathan Thompson whilst this was going on. This was his face the entire time. That's the exact look that he had whilst this entire presentation was going on. That is his concentration / cum face. Thank you, Icy Spin, for that.
I think that's fair. You got an extra minute there.
Riker. Barky dog. Signastep with $20 kicking it off today. Thank you. 20 push-ups or you're as weak as Thompson. Now, I skipped a day at the gym this week, guys, because I'm a naughty boy. And you can punish me by, if I get 10 super chats in 30 minutes, I'll do 20 push-ups. And once that's done, I'll make it 15 minutes to do another 20, and then 5 to do another 20. So if you want to punish me, then that's how. You can make me do the exercise that I didn't do. Thank you very much, Signastep, for the support. Amazing. Let's get on with this.
We'll give you 6 minutes on the floor, but we're going to have to tag that to the other side if they would also like an extra minute. So thank you so much, PhD Tony, for your introductory statement. We do appreciate everybody here at Modern Day Debate. If you're hanging out in the live chat, like I said earlier, make sure you hit the like button. And
Wait, sorry, I just need to go back a little bit a second. Please don't tell me that Nathan Thompson, when he's doing his presentation, is going to record a screen with his phone. Look what he's doing.
The other side, if they would also like an extra minute. So, thank you so much, PhD Tony, for your introductory statement. We do appreciate everybody here at Modern Day Debate. If you're hanging out in the live chat, like I said earlier, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everybody there. And also, we do Q&A at the end, and that is via the super chats. So if you have a question, so
Yeah, go on, but.
Okay, can you guys see this?
We sure can.
Shoot. I'm trying to full screen this.
Charles says it just goes to hell from here. Well, I'm sure Peter is very
Why
smart
is it
because he doesn't think the Earth is flat.
Is robothamists. Or you know, my name for modern flat earthers is robothamists. They pull the broken ideas, or they peddle the same broken ideas they inherited from Samuel Burley Robotham, the first modern flat earther 150 years ago. Robothamism is not.
It's a Rubik's with $2 says Nathan could learn a lot from that first grader. Nathan, stay away from those kids. And PhD Tony, the only real man in the room, says that was kind of rapid fire, but I thought it worked. Dude, it's evidence, right? You did more than any flat earther has done in any debate ever by presenting evidence. So you win by default. Amazing. That's 3 out of the 10 super chats.
Not like the views of any ancient people. In fact, it's different in almost every conceivable way. Ancient flat Earth was an honest ignorance, whereas modern flat Earth is denial. And the biggest, most obvious thing they deny is sunset, the moment when daytime ends because the sun becomes occluded behind the horizon. Whether they admit it or not, both my opponents today are sunset deniers, and ancient people would have laughed at them. Why do they deny sunset? Because nowadays we know about time zones. If the sun is always up somewhere and the Earth is flat, then at night the sun cannot be underneath us. So instead, modern flat earthers say it goes too far away to see. They try to mix up this occlusion phenomenon with a bastardized and broken version of perspective that some call Flerfs. Meanwhile, any child knows that a level floor under your feet cannot block your line of sight to something that's above you. Even so, let's put some numbers on this. According to actual geometry, an object...
Peter, bud, you're making a mistake of assuming that flat earthers know more than little children. So,
that recedes horizontally should descend in our...
Zbyte Hero, $5. Push-ups. Oh, that's I need 6 more super chats in 21 minutes, and I will do 20 press-ups.
Vision according to an exact arctangent function. I demonstrated this visually with by holding a flashlight at my waist and walking straight away from my camera until it was gone. And if we overlay frames, you can see the distance between images shrinks dramatically as it recedes. That's how perspective actually works, and it's a consequence of math. Is this what the sun does? No, not even close. I took a 3-hour time-lapse of sunset using 2 identical cameras, one with welding glass and one without, while I tracked the sun's position using a compass and sextant. The numbers are powerful, but the footage, but so is the footage. I try to play it here, but it works better when it's in full screen mode. Anyway, if you overlay frames like we did before, the distance between images stays the same the whole time. Case closed. The sun goes below us at night. Pair this with time zones, and you have irrefutable proof of the globe. Now, before the debate, Nathan...
Signet Step, $2 says squared 1. Thank you very much. That's 5 out of 10 super chats.
Wanted to exchange a list of arguments with Tony and me. The fact that his and Angel's arguments are going to be off topic today created a bit of discussion. While that was going on, they didn't receive our list of arguments at first, which they apparently started saying was a purposeful tactic.
Also, Nathan shared his team's arguments with me and asked if I can ask you to send me yours so I can send them to Nathan. Please note that me sharing them with you is not my agreement with Nathan's ideas. I'm quoting them below. Alright. Numpty Donuts, so Nathan includes an ad hominem. Right, okay.
Which is hilarious to me because the argument
Hugh Josh, who's been a member for 30 months, says, does anyone else think Peter sounds like Red's rhetoric? No, not enough badassness.
just presented has literally been my flagship argument since my debut video on this topic over 5 years ago. For months now, it's been pinned at the top of my profile on TikTok, which is Nathan and Angel's Playground. I've had interactions with both of them there, and I know they've seen me present this. It's essentially unchanged because no flat earther has ever meaningfully addressed it. When I hear or see an argument for flat earth that I haven't addressed, my reaction is to study and research and then address it. Why would Nathan and Angel wait for months only to complain about my argument not being spoon-fed to them? Could it be that they have no intention to address it at all and actually just want an excuse? No.
I like that he's just using some of his time to just dunk on them. Good boy. Well done, Peter. Jeffy Jiffwold with the 6th out of 10 super chat needed. $5 says fun drinking game. Take a drink every time Nathan yells at children. Thompson says thanks for playing. Also, hi. Also, bye. I'm at work. Jiffy, do you want me to call you boss? But yeah, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to die. Thank you very much. That is 6 out of 10 super chats with 18 minutes 20 left.
No way. They're far too honest and rational for shenanigans like that, right? Right? Oh, and just a quick PS. You're probably going to say the lights in the sky don't determine the shape of the floor. That flat Earth tagline initially worked as a response to the globe argument, all the planets are spheres, why would Earth be different? Notice how the tagline breaks when applied to my sunset argument. Simultaneous observations of one object, like the sun, from different locations, like here in China, absolutely do let you make deductions about the spatial relationships involved using basic geometry. Nobody would look at these two photos of the Statue of Liberty and say they were both taken from the same side of the harbor. You can't...
Zoomy Tomato, who's been around for 33 months, says, for my next few chats I will be singing I am the very model of the flat earth cultist to the tune of Modern Major General for all those in chat. True Cereal for $2. Get them push-ups FTFE. 3 more super chats to make that happen. Thank you very much for the support, guys.
You can't just block deductive reasoning by saying a statue far away doesn't determine where your feet are standing. So here's hoping, perhaps vainly, that we get an ounce of better substance today. Thank you.
Peter, you're talking to flat earthers, dude. There's going to be no substance ever. Ever. Jiffy Jiffwold, $2. Then how about 1 push-up every time he says it? No, my arms and chest will break. Thank you very much for the support. 8 out of 10.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Peter, for your introductory statement. We appreciate
that. Guys.
Screen, though, I think.
Before this bit gets going, please try and use facepalm protection for the next section, as it will be flat earthers talking. Hopefully your facepalm protection hasn't been eaten by Commander Riker. Bad Riker. You're on report.
We'll be going back into screen shares shortly. So yeah, we are going to hit it over to the other within 24 hours. And you got to subscribe to the YouTube right now, and we're going to hand you the floor.
My name's Nathan Thompson. He used to run the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion before it was censored and deleted.
Official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. We got 140,000 members in there. The group was just deleted a few minutes ago.
It's never going to stop being funny, Nathan. You have to remember that you're partly responsible for me doing this, because you banned me from your group for asking questions about gravity. Signastep, $10 with a weightlifting super sticker. Thank you very much. That's 9 out of 10 super chats. One more super chat in the next 15 minutes, and I'll do 20 press-ups. No, I can't send myself a super. That's cheating, Craig.
We had 155,000 members in the group. That's if you believe the numbers social media is telling us. I appreciate James for hosting the debate. Appreciate the interlocutors for being here. Angel for being my partner. He's great on TikTok. Give Angel a follow. He makes great TikTok videos, one of the best content creators out there. Also, the censorship is unreal. So you're not going to just be able to Google Flat Earth and find out information about this. You need to find quality sources. I would download the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Clock app.
All right, there we go. Large Zombie for £2. How about a push-up for every flat earther? There's actually quite a lot of them, so no. But that does meet the target. So, quickly. go. Oh, was it blocked? Oh, you saw it basically, right? Hey, I was doing proper form. Right. Let's start a new goal. Casual engineer for $2 says, well, I can't let this go, Craig. And Hugh Jarvis $5 says, Hugh Jarvis would die if he did a press up, but he's good at press downs. I didn't rest. Right, I'll make sure the chair's not in the way next time.
App. We've got over 200,000 subscribers on the app. You'll find people in your area, no matter where you're at. There's flat earthers everywhere. I've done over 300 flat earth meetups. I've met over 5,000 flat earthers in person. They're some of the most humble, generous, kind people, meek people you can meet. The media is not giving us a fair shot. I've been on LA Times, Chicago Tribune, New York Post.
Did he just say that they're some of the nicest people? I had death threats, dude. Those push-ups disappeared from the bottom up. Thank you, Ali. I've worked hard on these things, by the way.
Daily Mail Australia, Netflix, National Geographic, they are all lying to you guys. I was there at the Salton Sea, 17-mile lake. When we looked across it with telescopes in the morning, you could see clear across it. And then when they did the observation at high noon, they claimed to see curvature of the Earth when the horizon was above and behind the boat. The boat didn't even go over the horizon, and they claimed curvature. So I've done different tests.
Still crying about things from like 6-7 years ago, okay?
Like I said, I use telescopes, infrared, high-power zoom cameras. I've had 3 different Nikons. We've used lasers. We've rented helicopters. We've used land surveying equipment. There is no curvature or convexity to the surface of this globe. Now, I find my opponent's arguments ridiculous. They are looking at the sun. They're looking at computer models that they can't verify. They're putting red.
I find them ridiculous. So he literally starts with a personal incredulity fallacy. I find it ridiculous. No, me. I personally find what my opponent said ridiculous. So good job, Nathan.
Dots on maps and saying, look at all these red dots, the Earth must be a globe. Absolutely blows my mind. I don't know if these people are taking this topic seriously enough, but we are being lied to about the shape of our world and the nature of our reality. And these people are over here like, I'm not going to prove a globe. I'm going to look at the sun. I'm not going to prove a globe. I'm going to look at computer models with red dots on them. They have a.
But Nathan, it does prove the globe. That's the point. Sir Little Wolf, anyone getting buffering? I don't have any buffering. It's not said anything bad on my side. Zoomy Tomato says, Gods, his lighting is terrible. Be thankful for that. Hugh Jars, $5 says, Bwahaha, Nathan hasn't done any tests. He doesn't have the first clue how. His experiment methodology starts with put on duck suit. Right, we've got 11 minutes 45 to get 9 super chats. Remember, they can be like $1 super chats or £1 super chats. Don't even need to leave a message to make me do another 20 press ups. Yeah, and like PhD Tony says, they weren't computer models, they were observations. He didn't understand what was going on. That was his point. If you had any buffering, guys, just refresh it. I've just quickly updated the settings.
Lost the plot, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not talking to my interlocutors on the other side. I'm talking to the audience for almost the entire debate. You are the ones that need to hear from me. Please do the research. Also,
yeah, guys, listen to Nathan Thompson.
Hey, guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Tests I've done on top of long distance observations, the moonlight is measured cold. Star trails don't intersect the marine horizon. I've debated.
Hugh Jars, $2 just to make you suffer, Craig. 8 more to get in another 20 to make me suffer. That means I've only done 70 today so far with that 20. $5 PJ says when Bell invented the telephone, he already had a missed call from Chuck Norris. 7 more super chats in 10 minutes to get another 20 press-ups out of me. Push-ups, whatever you want to call them. Press-ups, by the way, are the British version of push-ups.
NASA employees, of course, it was in the airport. They won't agree to a public debate, but land surveyors, PhD astrophysicists, pilots, none of them can prove the globe. A lot of them are actually more unfamiliar with the arguments than these anti-flat earthers on YouTube. These anti-flat earthers know more about their globe than the experts, just so you guys know. But 1 second, I want to show screen, if I could.
Signal Step, $2, with just some symbols, thank you very much. I Am Raven, member for 13 months, says, do member super chats count? I did pay for the membership. I would say they do, but unfortunately they don't make the goal timer go up. Huge Arse, $2 says, you got to do 100, facts can tell. Otto, $2, modern day debate. Nathan, please blur penis that's on your head. No, that is his head. Plastic Citizen, $2, I'll buy into bulking up FTFE, get swole buddy. Thank you very much for the support, guys. 3 more super chats in 9 minutes to get another 20 press-ups. No, Craig, stop trying to send yourself a super chat. That's cheating.
I can't hear you, sir.
Oh, no worries. I just said, yeah, that's no problem.
How do I do that?
If you're on the phone, it should just be, you should be able to just click on the bottom and go into the options. I don't think it's as easy on the phone as it is on the computer.
No, yeah, I switched to the computer.
Oh, if you're on the computer, then yeah, just go to our Zoom chat, hover over our window, and go to the bottom and hit share. I'll just pause your timer for a second while we get this sorted.
312 says, remember when Witsit was more pathetic than Nathan? Oh, I mean, they're both, like, pretty bottom of the barrel. In fact, you know, the bottom of the barrel has been scraped away and I've had to dig down several layers of dirt. That's 8 out of 10, so we need 2 more super chats in 8 minutes and 30 seconds to get another 20 press-ups. I may have made a mistake by doing this.
Yeah, I'm in the Zoom chat, and I don't see share on the bottom, bro. I see chat, participants, the green button. Yep. There we go. Entire screen.
There we go.
Signaset, $10, just with some more symbols. Thank you very much. I think he just wants to punish me. 1 more super chat in the next 7.5 minutes, and I'll have to do another 20 push-ups. And there we go.
Oh, we lost PhD Tony's video. He might come back.
Right. Huge arse, how many more to reach the goal? Well, that did it, so here we go. I'll move the chair this time. Here we go. That was 20. Whew. Mr. Chill for the win, $2. Press ups need a container. Icy Spin, $1.99. Nathan was polite and well-mannered entire debate. Fucking weird. Pardon me. Right, gonna up it this time. 15 super chats in 30 minutes, and I'll do another 20. Gonna kill myself.
Are you kidding me? It's asking me. All right, let's pass it over to Angel, and then if I can get a couple minutes at the end, I got to change configurations on my computer.
Okay, no worries. It happens to the best of us, and we're doing what we can. So yeah, we'll halt your 3 minutes on the floor there. We're gonna hand it over to Angel. Actually, Angel was.
If you're wondering why I cross my legs when I'm doing, is to take the pressure off of my bad knee.
To go first anyways. This is what we decided this, and my brain just yeah, it just happens sometimes, I swear, honestly. So yeah, thank you, Angel. You could have called me out at any time, been like, whoa,
That's
hold
fine.
on now. I think honestly I've hosted Nathan quite a few times. I think I'm used to him going first in general. Maybe you can correct me on that, but all right, I'm gonna share your screen. You're up and running. 6 minutes on the floor. Here, Angel.
Hang on, I had it myself.
To say I am screen sharing.
So I've not heard that this Angel guy before, so this is new for me. Left-handed Jedi, $2 says push-ups, press-ups for the win. One of the best exercises, I think. Let's see how many we can make me do during this stream. So that takes me up to 9. I've done 50 before the stream today, so that takes me up to 90 for today. I normally do 100 a day, so
am I the one screen sharing right now?
Oh, you are screen sharing. I thought that was.
Oh, no worries. I'll continue with it, Angel.
Yeah, finish.
So here's
Hujar says for $5, this is good. I'm exercising vicariously. This counts, right? Research shows thinking about exercise makes you burn more calories. That is factual.
Really getting the rodeo here. No, I'm just joking. All right, go ahead there.
It's funny to be gaslighted by our opponents and say we don't understand curvature of the Earth when I'm on TikTok and 99% of the Globers on TikTok don't know how much the Earth should curve. Then we tell them how much the Earth should curve, and they say, no, Earth is too big. You wouldn't see that amount of curvature. Then we ask them how big Earth is, and they don't know that either. So I'm talking 99% of Globers. And we get gaslighted by our opponents saying we don't understand curvature. Trust me, I've looked into the curvature, Pythagorean theorem, AutoCAD, Sagitta, Earth curvature calculator formulas. They're all going to tell you the same thing. This is how much curvature you would see on your globe religion. Here's the Chicago skyline. I've made this observation as well from the other side of Lake Michigan. Then we took the helicopter from Kenosha on the other side of the skyline and measured it flat from the other side too with infrared. 57 miles should be obstructing the entire...
Nathan, where's the bottom of those buildings? You've just proven the globe, right? Because there's two options here with this picture. Option one, they're underwater and half of the people in those buildings are drowning. And there's some huge humanitarian crisis that we kind of didn't hear about. Or option two, you know, it's a globe and you're a fucking idiot. I think it might be option two. Huge arse for $5 says, thinking about exercise is all I ever think of.
Skyline. And you can see all those buildings here. 6 lighthouses should be obstructed by the curvature of the Earth, ending with Lady Liberty, which should be obstructed by over 2,000 feet of curvature. Now, something we do have that can obstruct things in the distance is atmospheric perspective. Light attenuates as it moves towards you.
Atmospheric perspective. That's a new one. Let me just listen to that again.
Ending with Lady Liberty, which should be obstructed by over 2,000 feet of curvature. Now, something we do have that can obstruct things in the distance is atmospheric perspective. Light attenuates as it moves towards you. So there's 100...
Yeah, atmospheric perspective. Guys, has anyone ever heard of atmospheric perspective? It's not a phrase that I'm familiar with. What about you?
23-mile San Jacinto observation. You turn on the infrared. And the entire mountains there. Voila. This is the Canigou Mountains.
He just lied. Let's look at that again.
Turn on the infrared. And the entire mountains there.
It's not the entire mountain. Where's the bottom of it, dude? We can compare that to actually how it looks. And that's not how it looks. He acts like infrared doesn't refract, but it's light. Of course it refracts. Huge arse for $2 Australian, as if Nathan is making it up as he goes. It's as if Nathan is making it up as he goes along. Yeah, he is.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Nathan, it's not appropriate, dude. Thank you. I mean, people can say that Nathan was polite as much as they want, but so far he's lied and called other people like liars and stuff. So I don't find that very polite.
Voila. This is the Canigou Mountains. Twice a year, the sun will set behind these mountains. They are 9,000 feet tall. From 163 miles away, there should be over 12,000 feet of drop. And we include the observer, which is 1,000 feet in this observation.
Well, then you're doing it wrong because you don't do that with 8 inches per mile squared to get the drop. That's not how it works.
And you can see it. Globers have said if you can see this, the Earth is not a globe. And You can see it, and the Earth's still not. They still believe it's a globe.
See
Here's
what?
50,000
What are we looking
feet of
at?
Globe and 1,000 feet in this observation, and you can see it. Globers have said if you can, and we include the observer, which is 63 miles away. There should be over 12,000 feet of drop.
What are we looking at?
We
There's nothing
include the
there.
Observer, which is 1,000 feet miles away. There should be over twice a year. The sun will set behind these mountains. They are 9,000 feet tall. From 163 miles away, there should be over 12,000 feet of drop. And we include the observer, which is 1,000 feet in this observation. And you can see it. Globers have said if you can see this, the Earth is not a globe, and you can see it, and the Earth's still not. They still believe it's a globe. Here's 50,000 feet of missing curvature. I've actually got a chat GPT conversation with a globe head whose brain was melting. He plugged in these figures and said, could we see this on the globe? And the chat GPT told him this would be geometrically impossible on a globe. There's 9.5 miles of missing curvature. We have systems like the SPS-55 search and rescue radar system. They travel 190 kilometers.
I mean, did he just give any evidence those were what those things are? Just saying that they're those peaks when, you know, there's no evidence that they are. Signal Step $5 says, large bodies of water do not curve. Thank you very much, Signal Step. That is 4 out of 15 super chats. If we get another 11 super chats in 23 minutes, then I do another 20 press ups. Thank you for the support, guys.
SPS-55 search and rescue radar system. They travel 190 kilometers, bounce off a boat they're looking for, and come back to the receiver. That would not work if we had a geometric radar horizon due to the curvature of the Earth. There's also world record microwave links and land surveyors. Also, the microwave engineers don't account for the curvature when they're putting in the towers.
He's just saying things because they absolutely do. There's a reason they put them up high because of the curvature of the Earth. And they are limited by the curvature of the Earth.
Plane surveying assumes the Earth is flat, not curved, for 100 square miles.
Because over that short distance, the curvature is so slight, it doesn't matter. Geodesic surveyors, however, need to take into account the curvature of the Earth if they get it wrong.
Regard curvature and treat the Earth as a flat plane. We've got more laser tests, we've got boats, but also we've got childish arguments from the other side, like things wouldn't disappear bottom first on a flat Earth, which I find just ridiculous because you can put your phone down on the ground.
I find it ridiculous. More personal incredulity from Natalie Thompson. Ghostly Karma, who's been a member for 7 months, says, beep boop. Beep boop to you too.
And watch things disappear bottom first. Hold on, I'll just pull up a different video.
Okay, we still got 10 seconds left.
Excellent. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Globers have not figured out why things disappear bottom first on a flat Earth. Well, I assure you, this is not a curving field. You put your
How do you know? Did you measure it?
Walk away from it.
Did you measure that? Did you measure that field, Nathan?
All right, thank you so much, Nathan, for your introductory statement. We're going to kick it over to Angel to wrap up our introductions. Once again, thank you to our live chat for being so lively and engaged. No pun there intended. So let's set the 6 minutes on the floor, and yeah, it's all yours, Angel.
You can see my screen?
Yes, they can now.
This is pitch data that shows the aircraft was flying at the same altitude for 2 hours, flying 500 miles per hour with a positive pitch. As you can see, this orange line shows the positive pitch of the plane. That black line.
Yeah, planes fly kind of slightly nose up, really. The casual engineer for $2 Australian says, I'm sure that Hugh is proof of large bodies do curve. Hugh Jarvis, are you going to take that?
Line underneath it is 0 degrees. So you can see for 2 hours, the plane was at the same altitude and it maintained a positive pitch. So it flew 1,000-mile distance with a positive pitch over the Earth, meaning the nose of the plane was tilted up a few degrees. The reason the plane keeps a positive attitude is to maintain altitude and generate lift. Now, if you're flying around a globe, it would be impossible to have positive pitch over 2 hours over 1,000 miles distance and not gain altitude on a globe. You would.
So how to say I don't understand flight mechanics without saying I don't understand flight mechanics? Why would you not be able to have positive pitch flying over a globe? The plane's not flying downhill. South isn't down and north isn't up. The plane is flying in a pressure balance. It is balancing forces, lift, drag, thrust, and gravity. These forces, once balanced, will keep the plane at a certain altitude. Altitude is distance above the surface. That counts on a flat surface or a curved surface. This guy is not smart.
You would have to correct for the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, and I know that everyone can tell that Angel didn't even speak his intro. It was a pre-recorded nonsense. Look, he's literally given arguments from 2015. An airplane would have to constantly dip his nose all the time. If not, it would find itself at over 80,000 feet. In just half an hour, it would find itself flying into space. How is it going to go into space? Using what atmosphere as lift, you absolute Jesus Christ. Has this guy gone back in fucking time? Huge arse, $5 Australian. A Flerf standing on my belly would claim I was flat, but I assure you, I am very round. It's just my circumference is huge. Yeah, things don't get blocked by the curve of the earth, they get blocked by Hugh. Right, that's 6 out of 15 super chats. So we've got 19 minutes to get another 7 super chats to make me do another 20 press-ups.
By changing orientation of the plane relative to the curved surface. This pitch data directly shows the contrary. It didn't happen. Planes don't do this in reality. You can see here, very, very, very basic. If this plane was flying over a curved surface, it would have to change orientation and drop below horizontal relative to the ground to keep up with the curvature of the Earth. But all pilots admit they do not need to nose down. They do not need to adjust for curvature, simply because the curvature is not there. The FAA trains pilots to assume a flat, non-rotating Earth and to ignore the gravity vector, even in the simulations that they use, because the Earth is flat and non-rotating. Here are several clips of pilots up debate.
Pretty sure he just showed a curved surface there.
Even in the simulations that they use, because the Earth...
Oh yeah, pilot left speechless. That's got a curve on it. Very nice. The one above it definitely has a curve. Good job.
Flat and non-rotating. Here are several clips of pilots I've debated that admit they don't adjust for curvature and don't need to nose down.
In straight and level flight, stick a bowling ball down the aisle. It will roll to the back of the plane. That's because the plane in level flight...
Icy Spin 199 says synonyms for Nathan include role model and honest. I'm beginning to think that Icy Spin was sarcastic about Nathan being pleasant during this debate.
Actually flies about 2 degrees nose up. Yeah, it's pitch attitude, but yeah.
Maintains rigidity in space, right? So if you were to tilt the plane up, down, roll, it would show up on the attitude indicator, right? Okay. So if you were to fly from the North Pole, or, to say Australia to the south under here, would the attitude indicator be upside down?
No, it wouldn't.
Welcome to Flat Earth. Do you adjust for curvature every minute?
Welcome to Flat Earth. No, you just don't understand how planes work and flight mechanics function. Sigma Step, $10. Yen symbol, R registered symbol, copyright symbol. For some reason. $10, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. 6 more super chats in 10 minutes to get me doing another 20 press-ups.
When flying 500 miles per hour.
See, again, it's more convoluted. Yeah, I know, but it's hard explaining this to somebody that's never been, that doesn't know basic flight instruments. It's very,
Says the guy who I just told you what rigid in space is.
Yeah, again, I've been a commercial pilot. I may have learned that in my private pilot book, but I'm saying we don't, I'm saying rigid in space.
Do you adjust nose down around the globe every minute when you fly at 500 miles per hour?
No, you wouldn't need to.
How often do you have to adjust for the curvature of the Earth? You don't have to adjust. You maintain the same altitude around the globe. Is this line curved?
The line curves because we're taking into consideration the curvature of the Earth.
We
do not need to nose down at all.
Does the aircraft...
God, I need to debate this guy so bad. Not that Luke Perry, for £4.99, says, yeah, gain, swole, protein, lift, or whatever Jimbo say. Seriously though, good work. Thank you very much. That means 6 more super chats are needed in 16 minutes. I've made this far too easy for you guys.
Have ever needed to dip its nose down to account for curvature? No. A plane wishing to fly at 500 miles per hour, typical cruising speed.
Is this his entire argument? Planes.
Feet of
oh God.
Every minute, or they would continue on in a straight path into space and end up 166,000 feet above the Earth after covering 500 miles if the Earth were a sphere. And obviously this doesn't happen because Earth is not a sphere and planes fly straight and level over the Earth. That is also...
Level means curved on Earth. Oh God, I want to take this guy and explain flight mechanics to him. So bad.
Straight and level. This is a time lapse of the horizon and you can see how the horizon line changes. This proves that the horizon is not in a geometric location. It is
also proves that refraction can change the apparent position of things, meaning that you can't use the globe math on its own without all the variables. Cheers, dude. Man, this guy is like actually going back in time with this person. Lord Illuminous Pooh for $5 says, I was digging in the garden and found some gold chains. Went to tell the wife, then remembered why I was digging. Dude! Don't hide your own bodies in the garden that you live. That's not good. Thank you very much. RachBot for $2 Australian says, let's go. Odin's Rage $2 Canadian says, gotta get that tight shirt at Bay, brother. My shirt's actually getting tighter, but in a different way now. 3-1 for $2. And of course, 0 evidence for flatness. Of course, thank you very much. So we only need 2 more super chats in 14 minutes, and I got to do another 20 press ups.
It's optical, and it changes day to day, hour to hour. So this is the reason why sometimes when we see too far, the bottoms of buildings or whatever we're looking at is obscured. It's just atmospheric distortion and atmospheric lens.
Except you didn't show the bottoms of those buildings being removed by refraction. You just saw the apparent position of them changing.
Now, the Globers like to claim that their model makes predictions, and I agree. Their model predicts that for a 1-foot observer, the horizon will be no further than 1.25 miles, yet we keep seeing past this value, and deep...
And there we go, once again, Lord Lewis Pooh, $5. If you must bury a body, plant endangered species on it so it's illegal to dig it up. And the Casual Engineer, $2 Australian, says one more. Thank you very much. Right, it's number 20. I'm too old for this shit. Right. For any of the flat earthers that called me fight the tight shirt, let's see you do 20 press ups. Alright, gonna take a little break from the challenge. Citizen 9 for 18 months says that poor rug. It loves it, and so do you.
Debunking the radius value, and in doing so, if we debunk the radius value, the whole heliocentric model falls apart.
He's using the Black Swan, which I cooked so many times.
So I'm going to show a video of another Black Swan observation and the original Black Swan on the bottom.
So this is another version of the oil rig observation. So the camera is placed in the guard railing between cafe and restaurant showers, and you're going to look here. When we look at the elevation, it is set at 8 feet. So on the Earth reads this as 8 feet off of the water, which is a little higher than the 1-foot camera stuff that we did earlier. And then we're going to take our line to the first platform, which is called platform C, which is directly up in front of it, and then another one a little bit off to the right, which is platform.
Yes, refraction happens. Good job. Why is it not like that all of the time? Oh, did I delete it? Oh no, here we go. Why is it like this sometimes? Huh? Dumbass. Prosthetic Head says, now flip a tractor tire. Monkey Cat Pat Pat, I was definitely doing push-ups.
Form habitat. And when we pull back and look at the distances of these two, we will notice the curve calculator, just to pull it up real fast. And then remember, this was shot October 23rd, 2017, so over 2 years ago at sunrise. The first one is at a distance of 6.08 miles, platform C, and then the second one off the distance platform habitat at 10.1 miles. Why are these two important? Well, because at 8-foot elevation below Earth's horizon should be less than 3.5 miles, meaning the horizon should be in front of these things. 29 feet of habitat should be blocked by the curvature in front of these objects. And yet, all the habitat is visible, even with some compression. And you'll notice, and we'll draw a line here in a second, that the horizon
is... Like, seriously, has somebody gone back in time and plucked this guy from from 2017? Because these arguments were cooked ages ago.
It's clearly behind these objects. And what makes this footage and all footage like it's so important is that these are static objects, meaning these are not boats. These are always in one place. They're not moving or floating anywhere. And we'll draw the green line on this, and you can see it is not hard to see. Somewhere way, way, way off in the distance is the horizon, way further than 10.1 miles. And that should not be, there's no curvature. I mean, and that only happens on a flat world. You will not see this on a curved thing, because eventually these objects should be over the side of the hill. They should be behind the curve. And we just don't.
Not a hill.
See that. These two oil platforms, again, one at 6 and one at 10, are right in front. So tell me optically how that happens. Tell me what atmospheric condition can put the horizon behind these objects. You want to say it's a mirage? Oh, okay, well, if you do that, you can never say that a boat is being chopped in half by the horizon. Because you say, well, no, that's real. A boat being chopped in half by the horizon line, with heavy compression and refraction. Oh, no, that's real. But this right here, sunrise, couldn't be clear conditions. Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, but when you watch a boat go away from you and disappear bottom first, little bit different.
Not at oil platforms at 6 miles and 10 miles respectively. You can't tell me that this is mirage. No, no way. And even if you do say it's mirage, tell me how mirage puts the horizon behind the objects. That's the big key here. Do this with any sort of piece of paper. Ben didn't have. They put 2 dots on the other side. Tell me how the horizon is behind those dots. If it's a globe, it cannot be this.
That's it.
All right.
Well, that was the dumbest fucking shit that I have heard since 2017, because I've just heard the same shit again. Huge Arch, $5 Australian, says, I'm starting a Let's Get Craig a New Couch fund. Here's the first donation. You're supposed to be a rich YouTuber, dude. That is a fucking incredibly comfy couch. I love that couch. I may have been gifted it by my father-in-law, right? And it may look like it's from the 1980s and it may have some little patches on, but it is the comfiest fucking couch in the world and I don't want to get rid of it. Sweet Stuart James for $5 says, Facts pimp checked you like a real G. Shout out to my mate Z Warrior. Detective Warrior will never debate me because he's far too scared. Right. Now, we're going to get into the back and forth between them, but first, I need to have a pee-pee. So, I'm going to let Demok entertain you.
The law rings up to make no sense. Perseverance, the cares want words, I don't make mean, huh? The law, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Law, meta is an angle, real, fake. It's a soul physical, hit 'em up, chastise every young bitch that tries to stop me, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around, he's deaf, another deaf one. You can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear. Low, no dirt in the middle. Low dirt in the middle, no, 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 no. Low dirt in the middle, no, 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 no. Low dirt in the middle, no, 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 no. Low dirt in the middle, no, 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 no. Low, no legs up to make no sense. Perseverance, cares want words, I don't make mean, huh? Low, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Low, meta is an angle, real fake. It's a so physical, hit 'em up, chastise every gun bitch that tries to stop me, Tupac. All humans can do is word salad or make up stuff. Disagree versus agree, it's not around, he's deaf, another deaf one. He can't hear, LOL, not a ball, it's a tear. Low, dirty middle, low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, to make no sense. Perseverance, who cares what words I don't make mean, huh? Low, I don't like your words, so I pick my favorite words. What's real, non-real, super contained, metaverse, first person. Low, meta is an angle, real fake. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, no, 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 no. Low, dirty middle, low, dirty middle.
Yeah, so that's actually on my gym playlist. Low, no dirt in middle. Right, so here we've heard their presentations. From the Globers, we had logic, reason, a bit of dunking, evidence, measurements. From the Flat Earthers, we had ad homs, we had misunderstandings of physics, and personal incredulity. So let's see how this goes. It's a Rubik's. You have no idea how hard that is to play live. I'm working on it. Right. Up in it this time.
Thank Thank you so much, Angel, for your introductory statement there in the presentation. We appreciate you being here at Modern Day Debate, and yeah, we're going to head into an open discussion. Big reminder to our audience, we'll be doing a Q&A at the end. There's all kinds of questions already flying in. Everybody's curious to pick your guys' brain at the end of this conversation already, but if you have a question, you're hanging in the live chat and you don't think we're getting to it, you can ask that, and we'll ask those questions at the end of the show. So let's put it to the other side, Peter and Tony, to respond to some of what they just heard, and then, yeah, jump in and it's open discussion time there, fellas.
Okay, so most of what we just heard feeds into in unusual atmospheric conditions you can see further than the geometry. The geometry alone indicates. That is not exclusively. That does not exclude a globe, nor does it include a globe. So I don't consider these optical. I don't consider optical observations that that persuasive. Nathan's example with his with walking away with his camera. The camera was obviously tilted upwards. That's just deceptive. Robert's, Angel's thing about planes, the pitch of planes, isobars are curved. Isobars follow the curve of the Earth. So you don't need to adjust the pitch of the plane to follow the isobar. It's simply a factor. It's simply a fact of physics that the plane will follow the curve of the isobar because the isobar is curved. So this nonsense of that pitch data demonstrates that the Earth is flat, absolutely untrue. The training manual also assumes that planes are rigid. Planes are not rigid. They also assume that the plane's mass is constant. The plane's mass is not constant. It changes through time. So air manuals make a bunch of aircraft.
Oh, Signal Step, dude, that is ridiculously generous. $100. Play a song on guitar. I can't. It's midnight here. It would really annoy my wife and my neighbors. So I don't think I can do that right now. I really appreciate the super chat beyond, I can't say how much I appreciate that. That's an incredibly generous super chat. But it's midnight here. I've got 2 kids. I've got neighbors upstairs. I can't do it at that time because I'll get in trouble. But I owe you one, okay? I owe you one. I'm going to be doing, as part of my stream every day for 30 days, for the whole month challenge, I was going to do an acoustic set for one of those days. And I will do a song specifically for you, Signal Step, okay? I really can't do it right now. I don't know if I can do any more goals. It won't let me. Do it later then. I will. I promise you I owe you one. But that's an incredibly generous super chat, mate. Thank you very much. Right, let me just try this. All colors. More 20 push-ups. Nope, it's not letting me do any more goals. Oh well, I guess I can't do any more push-ups for you guys. But well, let's just get on with the stream.
Manuals make a bunch of simplifying assumptions, and one of those is that the Earth is flat. So yeah. Also, radar bouncing signal. You can bounce radar off the upper troposphere and get a return signal. That's not indicative of a flat Earth. So yeah, all of that was, was
the Trying Scotsman. Welcome to Scrappers. Thank you for becoming a new member. That's 2 new members during this stream and an incredible amount of super chats.
Optics and misunderstanding of how physics works. Also, I take exception with Nathan describing my presentation as only computer presentations. I presented the lengths of railway tracks and I presented observational data of earthquake propagation. I don't understand how you can describe either of those as computer simulations.
I just want to mention before we get off too far off that is Nathan mentioned the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Clock app. Guys, please do not download that unless you want your GPS location, your email address, and your password doxed to the entire internet because it's got a major security hemorrhage right now, and Flat Earth Dave is just sweeping it under the rug. So go watch some of Michael Toon's videos on it before you download it unless you want your data to be doxed.
And the Trying Scotsman gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, for some reason, guys, the goal function isn't working anymore. So I guess 60 push-ups was enough for the stream for today.
thoughts on the other side? You're free to jump in at any time here, Angel. And
Yeah, so just a nut to our observations, that's refraction. The Earth just looks flat, but it's actually curved. Trust me, bro. Are you serious?
So how do you explain sunlight getting onto? So you appeal to absolutely unphysical optical effects in order to explain sunlight and why the bottom of objects are obscured, right? You did exactly the same thing. Yes, you did. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as atmospheric compression, mate. It's something. Did you see? It's something that flat Earth has made up.
Oh, really?
So
Did you
if
see
you're
my
going to
opening?
appeal to something that is imaginary, you can't turn around and say, well, refraction doesn't explain away our observations.
Did you see my opening where the horizon changed up and down? What is
Yes,
that?
I did.
It's atmospheric turbulence, Angel.
So
You know what atmospheric turbulence is.
Did the Earth?
Yeah,
or is it
nobody's denying that optical effects change where the
Oh, so now,
horizon
now it
seems
does.
to be.
Welcome to flat Earth.
Pardon?
So the horizon's
No.
not geometric now.
Welcome to Flat Earth. He's been watching too much Nathan Oakley, hasn't he? Fucking brain trust here.
Angel, you just sound stupid when you say that. Stop saying that.
That is the opposite of what I said. I said if how far you can see depends on atmospheric conditions, that is an influence of atmospheric conditions. If there are constraints on what you can see that apply regardless of the atmospheric conditions.
Dead Reckoning in the chat, who's a Flerf, says, level will never curve, no matter what you believe. Well, that's a sentence that made no sense, because in context, level can mean curved. Just look at what surveyors say. It's not my fault you don't understand the word level. And unless you're willing to debate me, get out my chat. Alright? Chat, ask this flat earther if he will debate me. If he doesn't agree to debate me, then play whack-a-mole. Single Step, $5 says, imagine Riley doing 60 push-ups. No, he couldn't.
Then that's a geometric artifact, right? Geometry is constant. Atmospheric conditions vary, and so the argument that, well, atmospheric conditions vary, therefore there's no geometry, is not logically valid. That's a flawed syllogism. You can't make the argument that there's no geometry simply from the observation that atmospheric conditions vary. They've got nothing to do with one another.
Is the geometric curvature of the Earth the horizon?
No, it's an effect of the horizon, of the curvature of the Earth. The curvature of the Earth causes a horizon, but the apparent position of that, for what we see, can change depending on the atmospheric conditions.
The horizon is how far you can see. The
Great.
true
How can we
horizon, the true horizon is determined by the geometry of the Earth. The apparent horizon is influenced by optical conditions.
All right, let's let Nathan jump in there, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm going to read here from The Art of Perspective, because we got people saying, oh, the camera's just tilted up. I mean, if the camera was tilted down, you'd just be looking at grass. You wouldn't be able to see anyone walking away.
We were just looking at grass.
Can I finish, sir? I'll let you guys finish. I didn't interrupt once, Mr. Malarkey. So, Art of Perspective.
Mr. Malarkey, I'm so smart. So, Nathan here is presenting the art of perspective as evidence that the Earth is flat. Unless he's given me measurements of that field, I don't care what he said.
Perspective, right? All linear perspective is based on the idea that parallel lines are receding from you to meet in the distance. Parallel lines do not curve. That's a simple Google search. Thanks for playing Globeheads. Also, let me turn to the next page. Describes what is one-point linear perspective. And then it has a paragraph about the horizon versus eye level. It says, we're all pretty familiar with what the horizon is. Apparently not. In the railroad picture, you can see where the...
No flat earther is. And none of this is evidence against the globe. It's just you misunderstanding things.
Flat land meets the sky. That's what it says. That imaginary line where the sky meets the land is the horizon. The problem is, on a globe religion, you need a physical geometric horizon obstructing boats. For a 1-foot observer, it'd be 1.22 miles away. We've done...
Strawman. Atmosphere exists. We see through an atmosphere. That atmosphere just happens to be on a curved surface.
Observations where the horizon is past 9.5 miles. And then we present this to Globers, and they'll go to their advanced Earth curve calculators, and I've got the videos of this, slide the refraction bar all the way over to the right, which makes the radius value of the Earth 39 million miles, when Globers claim it's 4,000.
No, it doesn't change the radius of the Earth. It changes the radius of the light traveling around Earth.
And then makes the distance on...
Hashtag got a lighter, Flerf.
On surface 122 miles for a 1-foot observer, which I mean, according to perspective, it's just completely unfalsifiable. So they have made their globe unfalsifiable with video games, and then they want to sit here and say, we don't understand curvature, we don't understand perspective, we have Flerf perspective, when we have books on perspective, and we have to read it to you and tell you what the horizon is. The horizon is synonymous with the vanishing point. I actually forgot to...
No, it's not synonymous with the vanishing point, and also synonymous doesn't mean the same as. Huge Arse for $5 Australian says most people learn something in 2 years. Nathan has never learned anything, ever. He should crawl back under his rock. We all benefit from his absence.
To read that paragraph, but there's a paragraph in here talks about your vanishing line is your horizon and how it's always at eye level. So of course things are going to disappear bottom first because the ground, which is physical, you can't see through it, is appearing to ramp up. Concave earthers will call this upward curvature. The sky...
Nathan, that makes no sense. Why, because it appears to ramp up, would things disappear bottom first? Because things are still on that thing that is ramping up. They're not, like, sunk into it. It's like you're trying to say the floor would ramp up, but the things on it wouldn't. Now that would be fucking stupid. Oh yeah, you're a flat earther.
Sky appears to ramp down. Globeheads will call this downward curvature. That is all simply due to perspective, the way our eyes work. Things would disappear bottom due to atmospheric magnification, due to Rayleigh criterion. You could have foreshortening, topography in the foreground, could obstruct larger things in the distance because the larger things in the distance have shrunk in angular size. So you guys are cooked. Thanks for playing. I'm done.
Guys, you should stop.
You've lost. You've lost. You cooked. You're cooked. You've lost. Thanks for playing. I win. I'm surprised he hasn't got a fucking duck he's hitting with a mallet when he debated me.
Playing your own referee because it just makes you look stupid. Saying thanks for playing, welcome to Flat Earth. You guys are done or you're cooked. That's just you playing referee in your own debate.
Yeah, typically the participants in a contest don't get to decide if they've won or not. But to Nathan's point, Nathan just made the point that we explain being able to see too far with optical effect. By invoking refraction, atmospheric distortion, etc. Yes, just like you explain sunsets by introducing optical effects and distortion, just like you explain bottom-up obstruction by introducing optical effects and distortion. This is why, he claimed, therefore the globe is unfalsifiable. Well, how about we look at data sets where it is falsifiable? How about we look at distance measurements? Right, I showed distance measurements. I showed the length of railway tracks. These are things that you can go and measure that are on the ground, and you can measure their length, and you can demonstrate that that 5 degrees of longitude in Western Australia is shorter than the 5 degrees of longitude that separate Pensacola and Jacksonville. This is a measurable, whereas the flat Earth requires that the southern hemisphere arc be longer than the northern hemisphere arc. So this is you want to whine about optical observations. We can look at distance measurements. We can measure the distance between these two objects. It's a physical...
Angel's doing the typical flat earther thing of smirky, smirky, smirk. I'm not listening. I just want to wait to try and use a gotcha. Hey, plot hole. All this nonsense is Flerfs. Trying to debate someone with a PhD. It's funny.
Railway line, right? This is a physical object. So... why aren't we talking about stuff that we can actually measure and confirm?
We were. You
weren't. You were talking about optical data.
Right, let me share my screen then. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, let's give Angel the floor for a couple.
What's he going to do? Is he going to... Oh, right. He's going to use the Earth curve calculator, ignoring, the optical effects, of course, just like Tony explained. Signastep kicking it back off for $2 says, more goals means more hurt. So there's 20 super chats to get within the next half hour, and I'll do another 20 push-ups. Thank you very much, Signastep. You are amazing.
Here, and you're up.
How far away is the horizon for an 8-foot observer, Tony?
That depends on optical conditions, Angel.
Oh, so it's not in a geometric location?
No, it's not, Angel.
The atmosphere does happen to exist, Angel. You might have missed that.
So the atmosphere just makes the Earth look flat here, right? Is that your claim?
Flat Earth.
It doesn't, because I can't see. For instance, I can't see the mountains. I can't see the mountains of the Himalayas, which are like 10 kilometers tall. I can't see them in this.
Wow, dude! You can't see the end of your road, and you want to see halfway across the Earth? Are you serious?
Well, actually,
that's
yes,
how
I am serious. It's 10 kilometers. It's 10
Are you
kilometers
serious,
tall.
dude? Are you
yes,
serious?
I am serious.
Okay,
this horizon line that's behind 10.1 miles, right? Is that
We've already explained that this is optical. This is optical. This is all optics. I
So
don't
I'm
care
not-
about optics.
Hang on, I'm not actually seeing that horizon. It's actually not there.
You
What's
are
that line
seeing
behind it
it's
then?
an optical
Welcome to
effect.
Flat Earth.
Angel,
Welcome to Flat Earth.
Will you
Playing
stop
referee
saying that?
again.
That is idiotic.
Welcome to Flat Earth. I win. Welcome to Flat Earth. I don't understand something. Welcome to Flat Earth.
It's just an idiot.
The Casual Engineer for $2 Australian. Go, Craig. Do push-ups with claps. No. Because of my shoulder injury, I've been told I'm not allowed to do push-ups with claps because there's a chance of it dislocating. So I'm not going to do that.
Idiotic statement. So this is the other thing. This is the other thing I wanted to make. Nathan brought up in his presentation how he's had debates with all these people and none of them have presented evidence. None of them have been able to prove a globe Earth. Yes.
Tony's just like dunking on them and they don't understand it. Every time they speak to Tony, they make themselves look more stupid. Tony, you're a genius. Single Step for $2 says the plot hole rules. Yes, they do. And Hugh Jars for $2 says, hope you don't do a JD Vance on that couch. I don't get the reference. JD Vance on the couch? I don't really follow American politics, which makes me laugh when I make fun of Trump and people think, you're being political. I'm not. I really don't follow American politics. So I don't know what that means.
They have. You just have declined to accept their evidence. Angel saying, welcome to Flat Earth, is not actually an argument. It's him asserting that he thinks his argument is plausible, when in fact it isn't. He is just making up that this stuff is plausible.
You're saying I'm not seeing that horizon there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's never what I've said.
Okay, so where is the geometric curvature of the Earth? Is that the horizon? I'm going to ask again.
No.
It's an effect of the curve of the Earth. Tatiana Ferreira for €5. I love that they keep showing evidence of the globe while saying, welcome to Flat Earth. Idiots. Yes, they are. Hugh Jars, $2 Australian. They can't make themselves look more stupid. Well, they can. They're Flat Earthers. They just have to speak. Apparently JD Vance fucked his couch. Why would you have sex with a... That's a sentence I didn't want to read. Can I remove that from my brain, please? I don't want that in there. So we're at 6 out of 20 super chats, and we've got 25 minutes left to get another 20 push-ups.
The horizon that you're seeing is the horizon that you are seeing is a combination of optical and geometric effects.
Does
You
the boat go
cannot
over the curvature of the
deconvolve
Earth?
them.
Does the boat disappear when you look at it, when it goes away from you? Is it going over the curvature of the Earth?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, how come I was able to pull it back into view in my video I showed you?
You weren't.
Well,
I mean, unless-
boats that are actually obscured.
Do I need to share it?
Boats that are actually.
I don't remember the video you're talking about, Angel. It might
I don't
be
remember.
one
I
of
don't
the
remember you showing that. So show the video.
It was in my presentation, and I'm ready
Well,
for you.
show it.
You guys are literally going to say, no, it didn't go over the curve yet. Watch.
Angel.
Yeah, because you're going to show a boat that hasn't gone over the curve yet, that's just too small to see. But when you see a boat go over the curve, bottom first, you can zoom it back. I'll give £20,000 to people that can do that. And I've got the money. You've seen what I've done lately with my streams. 3Ron for $2 says, it was a political lie, Vance didn't do it. I fucking hope so. Because someone fucking their couch is weird. And again, I don't do politics. I just don't like Trump. From before he was a politician. That's 7 out of 20 push-ups. 23 minutes left. Baba Ali says, who amongst us never met a slutty couch at some point? Prosthetic Head says, what do you find in the creases of that couch? One of these.
Well, maybe we'll say that if it didn't go over the curve.
Which is my whole point.
There are two phenomena that you guys mix up all the time. There's occlusion and there's perspective.
All right, thank you for that, Lenny. Go ahead, Nathan.
Nathan's trying to... go ahead.
So I can't believe I still have to explain this, guys. It's almost 2025, but we've got Glover saying, I can't see Mount Everest. I can't see Mount Kilimanjaro from like another continent. We do see too far. That is one of our arguments, but we don't see forever. Now, we talked about...
Nathan, in your demonstration, you showed mountains 700 miles away. On another continent. Huge Arse, $2 Australian says, for 20,000 quid you can buy a new couch. I like my couch!
About bottom-up obstruction, but there's also something called atmospheric perspective. And there's this first chapter in the book. It talks about when you look at any distant object, a hill, a city skyline, a barn, it does not look the same as it would up close. The air between you and the object acts like a veil or filter that inhibits the passage of light from an object to your eyes. You could look up articles on anomalous propagation of electromagnetic energy. It talks about how light doesn't travel forever. It's attenuated, which means it's absorbed or refracted through the atmosphere.
Light does travel forever. Unless physically something blocks it. Sarah Jones, member for 26 months, says Trump was only given the job of the apprentice because he'd be an easy manager to beat. I often wonder if that's how Alan Sugar got the UK job. Excuse me. Right, I'm really sorry, but I do need to pee again. I've had a lot of water today, so let me quickly play. A bit more Demok. Back in 2 secs.
Let's get real, let's just plans with info in you. Plants and dairy, mushrooms, LSD, MDMA, all plants communicating with us. No, she, not she, what the fuck was the hype? My guess no man has any idea. All man's ideas are man's ideas. Coriolis, post, do one click, take your shot.com. Gonna hit the target right on the spot. Just one bullet, just one shot, take me home. Coriolis, right to my home again and again, on and again, and again. I'm not a car. Distance wrong versus what words flat. Line comparison, line is hard. Truth can be okay. Please tell the truth for your granny. I'm begging for the love of God, tell the truth. Resistance, how can it be demonstrated? A little ball and staying with the gun, not connected. No man has ever had the ability to demonstrate any growth claim. All theoretical bullshit. So if they can't demonstrate, what are we really talking about? Air straighter than ground. Wheel follow, wheels follow dirt dips and rises. Different radius, but straight is fastest. No dip or turn. How many feet up do you need to be for Earth to start rotating under you? I'm not a car. Earth shape, not a shape. We pyramids in nature world, spheres in nature world. Working kid, go get Earth made. Gravity falls where? No, she, not all. All to God, physical or non-physical, idea or touchable. Boys afraid snacks, scary, bullshit, goofy. What's a job? I'm not a car. No shooter than ground.
Another song actually on my gym playlist. Excuse me. Tatiana Ferreira. Guys, I went to the toilet and I'll come back and there's 3 more super chats. Thank you. €5. We don't see forever. We can see stars in the sun, but seeing mountains 10 kilometers away is too much for light to travel. Make it make sense, Nathan. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we see stars like literally on the horizon. How's that? Huge Arse for $2 says, piss off then, Craig. Well, I kind of did. Lord Luna's Poo for $5 says, I don't like Thompson so much. His continuance is an affront to all things good. Snuffing his light will only brighten the universe. I don't think killing Nathan is really the solution, just maybe putting him in a container. Thank you very much. That is 11 out of 20 super chats. Got 18 minutes, 36 seconds to get another 9 in, and I would do another 20 push-ups.
The 4 main things that cause the absorption or refraction of the light are going to be water vapor, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and ozone. So
we're familiar with this stuff, Nathan.
Yeah, the audience might not be, Peter. So let me educate the audience because, as I said earlier, I'm talking to the audience, not you guys.
Yeah, but you're uneducating the audience. That's the problem.
I'm literally reading from a book on perspective.
So Nathan didn't come here to debate. He came here for a soapbox, guys. Oh, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the audience. No, the point of a debate is you talk to your opponent, Nathan. Signal Step, $20. Thank you very much, says Craig. Learn and play Freebird. I will, for you. Thank you very much. 8 more super chats to go. Icy Spin. FTFE, remember that one time Whitson said he could see stars from the other side of the stars? And that's how they've been. Yes, I do. I made a video on Simon Dan's got 200,000 views about it.
If Mr.
You're taking it out of context and twisting it into something it's not supposed to be. Because it's you can't use attenuation and haze in order to explain why we can't see Mount Everest, because there is no ramp of distant objects disappearing into a fog. It doesn't work.
Are you joking?
Are you kidding? Let me just read it again, Angel, please. When you look at any distant object, a hill like Mount Everest,
yes,
a city skyline.
Look at the horizon that is on Angel's screen right now. Do you see the ramp?
Sun worshipper, can you stop interrupting, please?
Oh, okay. You must not be talking to me. Do you see the ramp in the horizon?
Okay, Mr. Malarkey. Drink some fluoride water. You've been crying for 20 minutes now. Can I finish? Post.
I haven't.
Nathan's doing this whole, you've been crying, I'm the winner, welcome to Flat Earth. That is pure copium. He is huffing, like, refined copium. Calculus HVH, $5 Australian. Nathan should really take a break from Flat Earth and go back to being a clown for children. Maybe this time he won't get arrested.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Nathan! Shut up, not appropriate.
Shed a single tear just by your pantomiming.
I do want to let Peter finish his point, just because he has had the least amount of time on the panel, just to be fair here, and then we'll let Angel wrap up his screen share.
Thank you.
Okay, well, the purpose Angel had in bringing this up, we can get to that, but I just want to ask Nathan, where is the ramp at the horizon of distant objects receding into a fog?
When you look at any distant object, a hill, a city, a skyline, or a barn, it does not look the same as it would up close.
Polly want a cracker. Polly want a cracker. I read a thing and I think it backs me up. I'm going to read it again. Polly want a cracker.
The air between you and the object acts like.
All right, yeah. Cling to your textbook like your life depends on it.
This is how they paint mountains in the distance. Right?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There's a little bit of a ramp of objects receding into a fog there.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't see forever. You wouldn't see Mount Everest from 3,000 miles away, even if the Earth.
Why not?
Sometimes.
Let me ask this. So the Himalayas are 2,000 kilometers wide. They're covered in snow. And when the sun rises and hits that snow, why can't I see it? Right? They're going to be dazzlingly. It's going to be dazzlingly bright. I see the sun on the horizon, right? So the Himalayas are going to similarly be dazzlingly bright. Why doesn't anybody ever see them except within the radius that we might expect from Earth curvature?
Because you can't see forever. Also, I live near mountains.
Why? What's your evidence of that?
Just chill out for a second. I live near mountains.
No, Ed, prove your statement.
No, chill, yeah.
Just chill out. I'm not going to answer your question, but chill out. Prosthetic Head says, I'll trade you a genuine dome shard for that couch. I've got 5, mate. Sorry, don't need it.
All right, just one second. We're going to give Angel the floor, just to make that clear that this is going to be your time now. So go ahead there, Angel.
You guys are cooked. So
you guys are cooked. I win. Right, dude. If the reason we can't see Mount Everest in the distance is because of atmospheric, stuff getting in the way, what about when we can see a star on the horizon? Or the sun setting at the horizon? Why can we see those, but not Mount Everest? Which is closer? Stars or Mount Everest?
I live near mountains. Sometimes I see the mountains. Other times when it's more hazy, I don't see the mountains.
Yes, but there isn't always.
Did the mountain go by? Did the mountain?
So you're arguing that I should only be able to see the Himalayas sometimes, but I never see the Himalayas.
All right, I know. I don't want to mute you.
I know you're losing, dude. I know you're losing. Stop interrupting me.
I know you're losing. I know that you're losing. You with the PhD. I have to cope it. I want to debate this guy so bad. Nathan's never going to debate me, but I think I can get Angel to debate me.
I don't see mountains.
Better to be losing than a loser.
All right.
Oh, burn! Wait, I just about to do that. There we go. That hurts with that ring on. Let me hold on. Burn!
Let's
Thank
just
you
stop
for
trying to
that.
bait
Have
each
some more
other.
for
Let's
Rob.
carry into your example, okay?
Yeah.
So no
Drink it
more
up,
meta if
drink
we
it
can
up,
help
big
it.
boy.
No more meta if we can help it. Just to
Let's get a bunch of Krakatonis in the chat, guys. Tony, you're amazing, by the way.
let's carry to the example.
So on screen, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Do you see anything in the horizon? Yes, you can see this ship to the right. Is there anything in the middle of the screen right now?
Not that I can see at this resolution, no.
Great. So anything that's gone beyond that horizon, which is geometric curvature according to you guys, has
Straw
gone
man.
behind the curve. Now watch what's going to happen. And I'm
Not
ready for you to say
necessarily.
that.
Don't straw man. That's not necessarily true. Don't straw man.
Oh, really? So when a boat disappears as it goes over this line, what's happened to the boat when you can't see it anymore?
Depends on the observation. Show us the observation. We can easily tell you
No.
which one.
No,
Is
tell
which.
me now. Tell me now.
I can't. Not enough data.
You can't because I'm going to debunk your claim.
No, because the two things
So
are
you wanna-
different. De-resolution versus occultation. Learn the difference. Learn the difference if you want to argue about the
see
globe.
the
So we don't have the optical resolution to identify something on the horizon. That doesn't mean that there isn't something there, right? And it doesn't mean that the thing we can't see has gone over the horizon. By definition, if it had gone over the horizon, we wouldn't be able to see it. Right, so you are not, in fact, pulling something back from over the horizon. You are simply increasing the resolution that applies to the object in the middle of the image. This again is just optical tricks.
Great.
This is why distance measurements, earthquake data, earthquake propagation data, atmospheric
desperately
wave
want to.
propagation data. This is why this is not conclusive evidence either way. You're not going.
Zoom this back, Angel. I dare you. Go on. Zoom this back. Ain't gonna happen, bud. Where are we at? We have we're at 13 out of 20 super chats with 10 minutes left to another 20 push-ups. Single step $5 says push-ups. I mean, 6 super chats left.
You convince me that the Earth is flat using this evidence. Zoom in.
Well, let's let him play his video,
Okay.
but I will say just before
Alright,
you play
yeah.
it, if you can turn the volume of the video down to like 60% because it's clipping my preamp over here. The volume's really loud, I think, on the PC, so you don't have to worry about people hearing it. If you can turn it down on your end there, Angel.
So now boats that go over this line are not going over the curvature of the Earth like Neil deGrasse Tyson says. All good. All right, I was expecting that anyway, so I'm going to play.
No,
it.
straw
that's
manning.
not what we said.
Or
It's
straw
not
manning.
misrepresenting what we say.
Do you see the boat now?
Oh,
you
where's the
see-
bottom of that boat?
In the
It's
water.
in the water. It's in the water.
They put boats in the water, Einstein. You can't see the bottom of
Yeah.
boats. They're in the water.
Do you see,
Holy crap,
guys?
bro.
Yeah,
Globers,
Y'all have lost
You
the
should
plot, bro.
probably be able to see more of the bottom of the boat than,
Y'all have lost
than
the
is
plot.
there.
you will when I zoom in more. Do you see
Okay,
how
go
that
ahead.
buoy? Hang on. Do you
Just
see
like-
how that? Do you see how that buoy is lower than the boat in the distance?
Yeah,
It
the
appears
buoy's in
lower.
the foreground. It's not over the horizon. Good job.
Great. So
Yeah,
as
well
you
done.
look further into the horizon on the globe, it doesn't dip down in the way. It keeps rising up. It's funny that.
We look up to the horizon. Dude. Oh, this guy's like geometrically illiterate, isn't he?
That's not true. That's just a.
That's not true.
That's what? Are you
Just
kidding?
show it, bro.
Are you
These
joking?
people just gnaw everything. Look, you can see the wake of the boat splashing as it goes through the water, dude.
Okay, so
me see
that
the-
boat looks to me like it's right at the horizon. So maybe none of it is obscured.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
but
none
it's-
of it was here. Yeah.
So wait till like okay, and all the way.
But
there.
what was
Can you
this
see-
meant
can
to
you see
prove?
the
You know
boat?
how to
Like-
zoom out a lens.
Can you see the boat? Are you still running away? Can you
No,
see the
but
boat?
that's just resolution.
Yeah, we would never have said that boat went over the horizon. That boat is just too small to see. Big boats, like why aren't you concentrating on that boat on the right? Because there's bits of that missing. Jiffy Jiffwald $2 says, push it real good. Push it real good. Sorry, I've been told not to sing. 5 super chats to go, another 20 push-ups to come. That means I've done 80 push-ups during this stream, which would put me at 130 for the day.
De-resolved
That's a
it. Good job.
resolution problem. That's not an obscuring. As
Thank
Peter
you.
has pointed this
Alright,
out
we're
a
gonna let Tony
million
respond.
times. Resolution is not the same as obscuration. You know, the fact that you can't see it is a matter of resolution. You can't see the buoy either. Nobody's claiming that the buoy is over the horizon, right? But you can't resolve the buoy here either, right? So, you know, this is just a matter of resolution.
Tony, bud, you're using logic and evidence. That's, I mean, it's going to hurt them, you know? You can't be doing that, mate. Logic and evidence is like, it's not really fair to bring those things to a debate with flat earthers, is it? You know. 8 minutes left. Another 5 super chats will get another 20 push-ups from me.
The more you zoom, the further you can see.
The casual engineer says you need a cope emote. Casual engineer, do me a favor. Send that to Zoomy and get Zoomy to turn that into an emote, and I'll add it. Jiffy Jiffwold for another $2 says, push it. Push it real good. 4 super chats to go.
Right, but you'll never be able to see, you'll never be able to zoom back into view something that is...
Tony is also pronouncing boy correctly. Yes. Flat earthers don't pronounce things correctly. Well, I get that. I pronounce things wrong all the time. 3 super chats to go in 7 minutes. I'm making this far too easy for you guys, aren't I?
It's actually physically gone over the horizon. And so again, we're back to this argument of both sides saying, well, optical conditions are what dictate how far you can see. And again, we've run into the same roadblock. And again, we should be talking about distance measurements and other data sets that can discriminate between the two. Let's look at, may I share my screen?
Well, let's just run away that the boat didn't go over the cave.
No, Angel, hold on. Let me ask you guys a question, okay?
Angel, no one claimed that boat went over the horizon. It just got too small to see. Boats that actually go over the horizon go over the horizon. Joe's Incarnate, £5 with no message. Thank you very much. 2 super chats to go.
Can I ask a question?
Just before you ask your question, just if you can hold it for 2 seconds. Your video is finished, I take it there, Angel, or?
Yeah, I'll stop.
Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, Tony, you are welcome to share your screen, and Peter, if you want to go ahead and...
well, Peter can go first, because he's probably got something that's more relevant.
Go ahead.
Well, this is a segue into your thing, Tony, because Angel keeps crying when you try to change the subject back to this. Okay, let's...
I'm having a good time.
Oh, good. Let's imagine this...
I could... Right, guy, listen to him say that.
Subject back to this. Okay, let's...
I'm having a good time.
Oh, good. Let's have crying when you try to change the subject back to this. Okay, let's...
I'm having a good time.
Can someone please clip that, him saying that for me, please? And maybe add it to a video of him with crying or something. Signal Step, $2 with bracket pi. Are you trying to put some kind of code on me? And Calculus HVH says push-up time. Right, well, this will now be 80 push-ups I've done on stream. That's the wrong button. I'm going to be hurting for chest day on Monday. There you go. That's 80 push-ups on the stream now. Oh. Thank you for the support, guys, and helping me get fit. Huge arse, $2 Australian. I'm having a good time. Yes, ignorance is bliss. And Basic Info became a member. Right, back to the stupid. And the smart, because PhD Tony and Peter are there. Gareth Bunting says, it's weird to see that somewhere other than your OnlyFans. Yeah, Gareth, just drop the link to my OnlyFans so everyone else can join you over there.
Okay, let's imagine a scenario. Okay, you're in a room with 2 windows. One window.
Basic Info says, elbows in. I'm doing chest-based press-ups rather than tricep ones, so it's a bit better.
Is clean and clear and large, and you can see plainly through it. The other window is small and shabby, and the glass is glazed, and it's covered in dirt, and you can barely see anything through it. Now, you have a friend, or maybe a child, who's trying to look outside and...
PhD Tony, for $5 Australian, says, super impressive. I hereby award you honorary real person status for today. Yes! I'm a real boy! I'm a real boy! Thank you, Tony, but no, dude, you are being super impressive in this debate. Right. Final goal. Because 100 press-ups in a stream is quite a lot. So, let's see what that does.
Say, oh, there's Bigfoot in the front yard.
And Lars Zombie, welcome to Scrappers. That's 5 new members today as well. Thank you very much.
But he's looking through the small, dirty window, and you keep inviting him to look through the large, clear window and say, look, no, it's just the mailman. But nope, he insists on looking through the small, dirty window. That's exactly what you guys are doing. You insist on using the methodology that is completely buried in confounding variables and is bad science. So, let's look through the clear window, shall we, please?
Now, I respond now.
Go ahead there.
All right, so PhD said, let's let Peter go. He has something more relevant. So Tony didn't have anything relevant on the topic. And then Peter went and he said, let's pretend you're in a room with 2 windows. And then went on for 60 seconds. This is hilarious, guys.
Did you listen to a word I said, Nathan?
Yeah, I did. Let's talk about your space.
No, I don't think you did. I don't think. Prove you listened to a word I said.
There's a clear window, and there's a dirty window. And you're like, let's look out the dirty window. When we're saying, let's look out the clear window, riveting. Okay, your space religion violates all the gas laws and the second law of thermodynamics.
No, it doesn't. You don't understand the second law of thermodynamics. You can't pick and choose which natural laws you want to abide by.
Because all the gas laws have a V for volume. And
here comes the red herring fallacy.
Okay.
All right, we're going to let Tony have the floor there, fellas.
So here's another way we can prove that the Earth cannot be planar. If you have 3 points in a plane...
Will says, how's the leg? Sore all of the time. But these push-ups and stuff are helping me get my body fit and ready for the surgery that's coming up.
They can form an equilateral triangle, right? Each of these points is the same distance away from the other 2 points. But you can't have 4 points that are where each point is the same distance from every other point. One of those points is going to be further away. But you can have it in 3 dimensions. In 3 dimensions, you can have 4 points, each point being an equal distance away from the other 3 points. So that's how you can have 4 equidistant points. So if we can identify 4 equidistant points on Earth's surface, that will prove that the Earth is not planar. And indeed we can. Here we have Dumpy Creek, Goljo, Kenya, Portazuela, Chile, and Inuvik, Canada. Their spherical distances are the same. When we plot them up on azimuthal plots, each of them lies the same distance from the other 3. How can we confirm this? We can look at flight times. We can look at flight times between them and the nearest airports. So we can consider Sydney to Santiago. We consider, and if you look at this, so these are the flights, the outbound and inbound. I've taken the average of those. Then I've just multiplied those by 880 kilometers, and I've compared that with the spherical distance formula. So we can see that the spherical distance formula always agrees with the distances predicted from just looking at the travel times.
All right. While you have that up, if there's any response, we should let them respond to what you have on this.
Electric IPM $2 Canadian says, FTFE, good job, sir. You're an inspiration. No, you guys inspire me. It's the other way round. Thank you very much. Icy Spin 199 says, confirm if the sun sets for the flat Earth, the final experiment, you delete your OnlyFans. No, I'm keeping my OnlyFans up. I'm just going to talk about flat Earth on it. Rachbot for $2 Australian says, you're a beast. Let's go 100. I don't know if I can do 100 push-ups on a stream.
Okay. We'll let you carry on since you're trying to push us into some new territory. So Nathan or Angel, did you want to make some commentary on what you're hearing?
Okay, first of all, we have no way to verify these measurements, and two, how did you measure the speed of the jet streams at the time during these airplane flights? Because that's going to drastically affect how long it took for the airplane to fly. This is a total joke.
Because I'm using the outbound and the inbound. So I'm using the flight times in both directions, and the jet streams only flow in one direction, don't they, Nathan? You know that.
You had a trade winds that go the other way?
Not over the same route.
If you look at these, actually, the Sydney to Santiago one is the only one that is on a. It's the only sort of largely east-west one. So it's the only one that can go in that. This one is, you can look at Dubai as the closest international air.
Sorry, did Angel just say there's trade winds going opposite the jet stream? So he thinks there's winds going against each other. Will Leverington says, is no one going to Antarctica at all? Yeah, a bunch of people are. Steve6464 for $5 says, I thought Nathan Thompson had fallen off the face of flat Earth. I wish he had.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Nathan, can you...
Flat Earth and Globe discussion. We got 140,000 members in there. The group was just deleted a few minutes ago.
I mean, well, I don't know why you're saying that right now. It's a bit embarrassing, really.
Airport. So you can do those checks. Another check that we can do is submarine cables again. We can look at the submarine cable from Sydney to Seattle, which is close to one of our points. We can look at the cable length. We can compare it to the spherical distance.
How you measure that cable?
How did you measure that cable?
Well, if you look at this, you can see that the latency is 135 milliseconds. It's basically 10 milliseconds per 1,000 kilometers. Similarly, also, if you...
look at them laughing because Tony is answering their question using physics. We can determine the length of the cable by the latency it exhibits.
You on nitrous oxide or something, Nathan?
You're claiming...
You guys are all hilarious, bro. Look at this cartoon.
It's not a cartoon. It's a diagram. Learn the difference, Nathan.
So, submarine cables...
Nathan's like, look at this cartoon. Here's a challenge for flat earthers. Right? Show me an image of the flat earth that isn't a cartoon. No? Well, shut the fuck up then.
Submarine cables cost more than $3 million a kilometer.
John Russell, €2, says, that floor sure looks like it needs more pushing. Well, that is totally up to you guys. We've got to get 25 super chats in 23 minutes and 44 seconds. And then that means I'll have done 100 push-ups during this stream.
So if a submarine cable is much longer than is reported, somebody is out of pocket more than $3 million per kilometer.
Can I respond to that? Can I respond to that?
Yep,
Can you show me a cable? Can you show me a cable?
Before he does. Dandamen, €2.49 with no message. Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, John Russell, that was your super chat cherry, wasn't it? Thank you very much, because I do like popping a cherry.
That connects Australia to South America?
No.
Why?
There is none.
Why?
Because there's not enough traffic to make it worthwhile.
Oh, really?
Sorry, what did he say? I was reading the chat. I was more interested in you guys than what was going on here.
Australia to South America?
No.
Yep.
Reported, somebody is out of pocket more than $3 million per kilometer.
Can I respond to that? Can I respond to that?
Yep,
Can you show me a cable? Can you show me a cable that connects Australia to South America?
No.
Why?
There is none.
Why?
Because there's not enough traffic to make it worthwhile.
Oh, really?
You guys have been so funny.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Jesus, I just explained that these things cost $3 million a kilometer.
Why isn't there one across there when we can actually just do it around the land and make it cheaper at that point? Why isn't the one there? It disproves all of the other one. Jesus Christ, these guys are so moronic. All they're doing is laughing and ignoring the physics and the facts that are being told to them. Oh, it's flat. Why did I expect anything different from flat earthers? I don't know. Ooh, 333 watching. Ooh. Huge arse, $2 Australian says 1, and then $2 Australian says 2, and then $2 Australian says 3. Are you going to be this mean to me, Hugh? Hugh, you've got to do the push-ups as well. That's the rule, right? If I do the 20, you've got to do them as well and record it.
And they don't put them in there just for fun.
You said
you're asking an economics question. There's other ways to connect between Australia and South America.
Thank you for that, Lenny. Thank you for that. You said that they... Tony, you said that the length is something they look at, right?
Yes.
Great. On the globe, is South America close to Australia?
Closer than it is on the
not-
flat Earth, that's for sure.
And there's no cables. Thank you.
It's pretty far away still.
Angel, I'd like to
Yeah,
get to the good religion.
I'm sure you. Anyway, you can also use GPS stations at each of these.
So basically, their argument against submarine cables is there's none here in this specific place, therefore none are real. Ignoring all the things that have been said about conferring the length and the distances between them matching the geometry of the globe. Complete red herring, actually. Huge arse, $2 says 4, and then 5, and he says I've done my part. Sigma Step for $10. Sorry, very sorry, but I'd rather see Rachy do push-ups. Then why are you giving me super chats? Because that's going to make me do push-ups. We're 12 out of 30, which means we need another 18 in 20 minutes, and I have to do another 20 push-ups. Guys, your support is incredible, by the way. I don't know how to say thank you enough.
Locations, you can look at their X, Y, and Z coordinates, and you can determine whether or not they are in the same plane. Some simple.
Sarah Jones, £2 says, I wish I could do these as of 10, as I would die. Dot. Yeah, push-ups. 2 years ago, I couldn't do a single push-up, and now it's my favorite exercise. It's incredible what fucking intensive physiotherapy and exercise can do.
First year geometry shows you that that in fact the distance of the fourth point from the plane defined by the other 3 points is 9,000 kilometers. So they do not emphatically lie in the same plane. Another point of evidence that you can use if you look down on a tetrahedron from
it's a one-on-one debate. We got 4 people in the debate, bro. You're just presenting.
Okay, well, I am
wasting a lot of time.
Like one thing to talk about because we have one thing we want to talk about, and then we'll go back.
Okay,
and forth.
I am presenting the evidence substantiating my claim so that you can respond to it.
Wrap it up. Eddie.
Yeah, hurry up and give the evidence quickly so I can ignore it and just say something. Citizen9 for £2. Hashtag hump the rug.
Well,
Okay, so the angles between these lines are meet at 120 degrees, exactly as would be predicted if you're looking down on a tetrahedron.
I agree. Thank you for that. Can we move on now?
All right, let's wrap up the
Oh,
screen.
welcome to the
what?
globe, Angel.
To what?
I agree with that. Well, Angel, if you agree with that, welcome to the globe. Icy Spin says this debate demonstrates perfectly the positive correlation between strength of evidence and strength of denials.
All right, I got a question. Could you have gas pressure around a tire rim without the rubber?
Oh, there we go. I'm just going to ignore everything that you've said and just bring up something else, which is basically my misunderstanding of physics.
Tire around the tire rim.
Yes.
Oh, really? How would you contain gas pressure around a tire rim without a tire?
Well, it would be atmospheric pressure, wouldn't it?
No, it would just be gas pressure around a tire. Now you're.
Well, you asked if I could you asked if I could maintain gas pressure. Yes, if I have a and then I take the.
Oh, Tony, brilliant. Yeah, it's there. The gas pressure around that tire is being maintained. Hey, look at me maintaining gas pressure around this sphere without a container. I'm doing it right now. I'm maintaining this gas pressure around this sphere with no container. Tony, you're brilliant.
The tire away. I've still got gas there. There's still gas pressure, right? That was your question. If you wanted to ask the question properly, you could say, can you maintain the pressure inside a tire once you've taken the tire away and it no longer contains it? If that was the question you meant to ask, then you would get the answer you expected, which was no, you can't maintain the high pressure. Okay, but that is different. But that is you've also stumbled into a falsehood here in when you claim that the gas laws don't include gravity, because they do. The gas laws include gravity in the pressure term. Pressure inside a hydrostatic fluid is due to the weight of the overlying material, which is dependent on gravity.
All right, Angel, you were shaking your head no.
What?
There, so...
There you go. What? I don't understand anything you've said. Yeah, he's just debunked Nathan's argument before he made it, which is brilliant. Christian Alesser for 2 CHF says, I want to see FTFE do push-ups. Well, I need another 15 super chats in. Let me see. Oh, the thing's not working. Press the button. Oh, the page crashed. That's always good. Alright, 15 super chats in 16 minutes. And then I do another 20 push-ups.
Jump on in.
Okay, well...
Pressure is the force per area. It's measured in pascals. It's measured in...
Yeah, what do you think that force is? Where do you think that force comes from?
It's the pressure of the gas pushing in all directions. The fluids push out in all directions, Einstein.
Yeah, but it's affected by gravity.
All right,
It's affected by the weight.
we're gonna let Angel in here, and then you can respond there, Peter. I know that you've been also patient, so go ahead, Angel.
The definition of gas pressure is the amount of force exerted by the particles on the walls of its container. You guys are claiming... No,
that's absolutely not true.
Are you kidding?
I can put a pressure sensor in the atmosphere, right, and it will detect gas pressure. Even though it's
is
not...
the Earth contained?
Pardon?
Is the Earth contained then?
No.
Oh, so you're doing a circular logic.
No, you didn't let him finish his logic. Stop calling it circular after you interrupt.
Thank you, Lindy. Can you tell me any... so every single example of pressurized systems we have need contain...
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
containment, except your Earth, right?
No, they don't. Well, they don't need physical containment.
They don't. Which is one that doesn't need physical containment?
Okay, so plasma generation inside a tokamak nuclear reactor is not obtained by a physical container. It's obtained by applying a force, which is electromagnetic force, to the plasma. So that's not a substance. That's not a substance.
Can you show the evidence for that?
Yes.
How about you look up tokamak?
So I've got to look up your evidence.
The tokamak isn't a container. It's contained. It has walls.
Yeah, I thought so. There you go.
It does have walls, but that's not what's containing the gas inside. The gas is being contained.
So do you understand what a tokamak reactor is?
A container.
No, Angel's never heard of it. Nathan's heard of it from my debate and ignores the fact that there's a vacuum next to a pressure with no physical barrier, which is what he says can't happen.
It's contained. It's contained. We just exposed you. So.
No, you didn't.
Stop playing referee, Angel. You're bad at it.
So where's the example?
If the plasma were allowed to come into physical contact with the walls of the container, it would burn through the container. The container cannot come into physical contact with the plasma. That's the whole point of the reactor. You're trying to generate so much heat, but you can't allow that heat to come into physical contact with the container. And the physical container is there basically to preserve vacuum around the plasma. That's what the container is for. It's not for holding in the plasma. It's for holding out the atmosphere.
So you need a container to have vacuum.
Sigma Step $2 says Craig to defeat gravity. Let me show you what he's talking about. Right, here we go. Why is that not showing that? Oh, because I didn't add it to this. So this is the inside of a tokamak fusion reactor. And as you can see, the plasma, which is the blue glowing stuff, is next to a vacuum, the dark stuff, with no physical barrier between them. So this is as it reaches its pinch point, where it compresses everything enough to start a reaction. So right there, you're looking right at ionized gas next to a vacuum with no container, no physical barrier between them. Which is what we've been told that can't exist. Now, the vacuum can also be in a container. But we claim that the universe is a contained system. So the tokamak fusion reactor container is analogous to the universe itself. That was the pinch point you saw there. Where if they managed to contain that, it would have had actual proper fusion reaction. I think this one actually has a better pinch point. Yeah, look at that. That blue ring is a literal ring of ionized gas right next to a vacuum. But no, that can't happen. Scanu7 for $2.99 Australian dollars says, meanwhile, no evidence of flat Earth. Thank you very much, sir. Casper Vassold, member for 4 months, says, thanks for the lessons about nuclear power. No worries. My speciality. Dan DeMan, member for 3 months, says, these Muppets have no clue. You ain't wrong.
That's not what he was
No,
saying.
that's not what I said either.
Oh, what's containing the vacuum?
What's containing what vacuum?
Oh, 13 super chats in 10 minutes to get another 20 push-ups out of me.
Didn't you just say there's a vacuum in there?
I
The
said
vacuum
there's
is
a
holding
vacuum
out
in
the
the-
atmosphere of the
Yes,
Earth.
but that statement about a vacuum cannot be generalized to a statement about all vacuums. That is again a logical fallacy, and you are attempting, in bad faith, I might point out, you cannot be ignorant of the fact that this is just not how logic works.
Says the guy who gave us a contained example. So how do you recreate a vacuum without a container?
No, go ahead, IC Spin, that's fine.
But there exist vacuums that aren't contained.
We can't control things on that scale.
For instance, in Earth's atmosphere, there is about one gas particle every about 98% of the atmosphere is empty. It doesn't have gas particles in it.
All right, we're gonna hand
How come it doesn't equalize?
last question.
How come it doesn't equalize?
Atmosphere is what it's called. And apparently that you're just special pleading now saying that it acts different to every other gas in existence.
Gravity.
So does gas move in all directions regardless of gravity?
No.
All right, now
Oh,
you're
really?
taking advantage. All right, we're gonna hand the floor back over to Nathan because he is waiting with the screen share. Oh, you guys though, I love it.
We're way off into the weeds, though. I don't want to entertain this too long.
It's all right. I think, like I say, in the interest of being fair, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
It's not up for me or you to decide. Of course, it's.
They think vacuums suck, which is just stupid, of course.
It's up to the speakers to present what they find relevant to their side. So.
I'm gonna call him out for being off topic, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I have no idea, so we're gonna let Nathan explain what he's got up here.
So, real quick, I can get 60 seconds, host. Is that
Juicy for $2 Australian with their 10th super chat on the channel. Stupidity is also a container, thank you very much. 12 super chats in 8 minutes if you want to see me do another 20 push-ups. 300 if you just $1 each, then I have to more than do it.
okay? Because I don't have much more to say until the Q&A, but I wanted to just cover some things without being interrupted.
All right. Well, we still got 8 minutes of the open discussion, but yeah, I'll ask everybody respectfully to give you a minute, and if they want to interrupt, then I'll
Nathan wants a soapbox. Doesn't want a debate.
Go ahead.
Mainstream science, like mathematics and astronomy, has something called the three-body problem. I call it like the 6 silver platter problem, where you give them 6
Three-body problem's been solved, mate. It's not an issue.
assumptions on a silver platter, and then they play a video game, which is chaotic and doesn't work for making predictions. They assume the Earth is a globe. They assume the Earth is spinning. They assume the Earth is orbiting around the sun. They assume gravity is real, even though it's never been scientifically experimented on and validated. They assume gravitational orbits are real, even though they can't model that, admittedly. They say they need...
Gravity is literally the most experimented and validated thing in science. Like, so many experiments, but you just deny them because you don't understand science. Sigma Step, $5 with some symbols. I'm pretty sure he's trying to program me. Huge Arse, $2 Australian says, sheesh, do I have to do the heavy lifting? No, that's me when I do the push-ups. The Casual Engineer, $5 Australian says, PhD Tony has pushed their cope into overdrive. When I get a chance, I'm going to add a new cope emoji. Huge Arse, $2 Australian says, you all know how much I hate moving. Thank you very much. 8 super chats in 7 minutes if you want to see me do another 20 push-ups.
Need something bigger. Then they have another assumption where they assume the vacuum of space is real, which we just covered, it's not. And then they play a video game, and the system becomes chaotic. They can't make any predictions. Ask Fred Espenak. He does the eclipses predictions for NASA. He also did ephemerides for the planetary motion for the next 12 years, the motion of the moon, and the motion of the planet. for the next 12 years on a geocentric Earth. And this is a NASA Goddard employee. And so I want to move out of the space religion.
No, it wasn't on a geocentric Earth. They used Earth-centric calculations because everything needs a reference frame. A grumpy Capabaya says, push-up claps, please. I'm not allowed to, according to my physio. Where are we? We've got 7 super chats in 6 minutes.
Religion, which we haven't been to, we can't verify, and ask these globers.
The Trying Scotsman, £2. Thank you very much.
Would it move in unison as one cohesive, synchronized body, or would the atmosphere be separate from the Earth, working somewhat like a blender, because it's not rigid and attached to the Earth? Which one?
I don't think he knows how blenders work. Blenders have blades, dude, that, like, you know, blend things up. You don't know what... This is literally the same argument he used with me 4 years ago. The atmosphere rotates with the Earth. However, it's a fluid with different pressures. So whilst it's rotating, it is also having individual systems that move. But those systems also rotate with the Earth. Gareth Bunting, £2, says, I did a push-up once, back in the 90s. Signa Step for $5 with some guitars. Thank you very much. Dude, I owe you a song. Got 5 minutes to get 4 super chats, and I'll have to do another 20 push-ups, which means I've done 100 push-ups on this stream. Whilst reviewing Nathan Thompson getting demolished by PhD Tony.
One is it, A or B, Glovers?
It's A.
Oh, A.
Basically, everything you just said is wrong, Nathan. Just to say that to the audience.
I will
Can you
point
answer
out.
A or B,
I will point out there are a number of fallacies in what you just said. I professionally study Earth's gravitational field. It's my job. I've been doing it for Earth shape and job. It's Earth shape and gravitational field. I've been doing it for over 30 years. Everything you claimed about the three-body problem, the three-body problem does not have analytical solutions except for a certain few special cases. That's well known, well understood. The fact that our computer model, we can model gravity extremely well and extremely accurately. The claim that we can't scientifically demonstrate the existence of gravity is false. We can demonstrate gravitational time dilation. We use gravimetric observations to navigate submarines. We use gravimetric observations to find subsurface mineral deposits.
Preach it, Tony.
We've been using gravity for over 100 years for this purpose, since the Nash oil dome was found in 1924 in Texas using gravimetric observations. So this claim that gravity doesn't exist, that it's only a theory, that it hasn't been scientifically verified, all falsehoods, all barefaced lies.
Okay, thank you for that. That wasn't even his argument. But
Boom. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Monkey Cat Pat Pat, $2, says pushy uppies. Thank you very much. MV Rocanta Gold for $2 says, one more push-up, please. Fletcher Boy, $1.99. Nathan needs a container to hold his BS. Yes, he does. We need one more super chat in the next 3 minutes, and I have to do another 20 push-ups, taking me up to 100 on this stream.
I was talking about the atmosphere moving. You said it moves as one cohesive body. The problem with that is
I don't want to go into this topic because you guys haven't touched my opening presentation. Not once. You haven't touched it. I called you guys sunset deniers. I'm a little disappointed, but not surprised. We've only got like, what, 6 minutes left of open discussion, and we haven't touched it.
Okay, we'll go to it right next. Just give me 60 seconds. So the higher layers would have to move faster if the atmosphere is traveling with the Earth. This is also opposite to what Neil deGrasse Tyson says. He's a PhD astrophysicist. His Twitter said the Earth moved under a football during a field goal, and then a column of it.
No, he didn't. That's a lie. He said that the football's deflection was aided by the rotation of the Earth. That's what he said. You're a liar. And there we have hit the target. The Trying Scotsman, £2, says, I can do 3 to 500 push-ups in 1 minute. A little bit of a margin there. MV Racanti says, here's one more for $2. Thank you. Christian Elasser for 2 CHFs. Nathan is supposed to shout to children.
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Nathan, it's not appropriate. Dan Demen, €2.49. Thank you. And Casual Engineer for $2 Australian says, here you go. Well, thank you very much, guys. Punishing me and helping me be fit. We're a team, you and I. Forgetting that plant's there. Right, and this takes me up to 130 today, by the way. There we go. A 100 push-ups on stream. Sigma Step says for $2, more. No more. NA $6.66 says, I heard something about super chats and push-ups. Yeah, I've done it. I've hit my max. Yeah. Whew. Well, thank you for the support, guys. / punishment. Remember, this is day 2 of stream every day for the month.
Air will not move as one cohesive body as a result of moving your hand back and forth. So you guys are denying fluid dynamics. You're invoking magical forces to drag things sideways as they increase in altitude.
This is nothing but sheer straw manning.
And you're
Okay, this again is false, and I can cut this off because it's pointless what you're saying. The
Good job, Tony.
comes from the same accreting disk that the rest of the planet came from. Therefore, it has the same angular momentum. Angular momentum is preserved unless a force acts on the body in order to disrupt its angular momentum. Therefore, this claim about the atmosphere should not rotate at the speed it does, absolute nonsense. Any correct understanding of the physics of the system will easily disprove this. Also, Nathan's claim that he properly understands fluid dynamics
before we do have to let Angel in
arbitrarily
too.
false. That's just a lie. He doesn't.
All right, let's let Angel in here.
Tony, I need to take lessons from you about shutting down arguments quickly and succinctly, because that's where I can lose it sometimes. I want to go off in the weeds, but you just shut that nonsense down just so perfect. I mean, they didn't understand it and they're going to deny it, of course, but everyone with a brain knows how amazingly you just shut that down. Well, I haven't got them on screen, it's just me. Karen B's Unkempt Bush with their 10th super chat on the channel, thank you. Just think of my growth when you need one last push to get off the ground. What's that in my tooth? Huge Arse for $2 says, hey, where did my money go? I nicked it. I just went into your wallet and... no, seriously, guys, thank you. Thank you for the support. That's incredibly generous. Right. We're about halfway through this. See where it goes after the open discussion.
So the atmosphere moves with the Earth. There's no Coriolis then, right?
Coriolis is not a result of atmospheric motion. When I say that the atmosphere moves with the Earth, what I mean is that wind speeds. The atmosphere is not stationary while the Earth rotates underneath it. So there are winds, there are storms, etc., etc.
If we hover a helicopter, does the Earth rotate underneath it?
A helicopter is not the atmosphere. A helicopter uses the atmosphere for lift, so why would it go underneath it? Seriously, this guy is lit. Please someone find a way to contact this guy because I want to debate him so bad. Signa Step for $10 says, remember when Craig cancelled a stream when he was unhealthy? I've worked hard, guys. Like, after this, I want you to go and look at one of my videos from like 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, and look what I looked like. Alright? Frankly, why did none of you tell me that I got that fat? Right? Don't let that happen to me again. Please. Ever. Fit Craig. please. And then once my leg's sorted, I'm, 90% of the way there. Yeah, I'm always going to have pain in my shoulder, and I can't lift it up that way that much because it's very, very sore and gets stuck. But I'm like, if my leg gets cut off and I get a prosthetic, I'm 90% of the way to being sorted.
No, because the helicopter is in the atmosphere, which is rotating with the Earth.
Rotating, right? So did you know that turning is acceleration? So not only is it just magically rotating with the Earth, but it's also breaking the first law of thermodynamics because
Nope, it's not. You're just ignorant, Angel. Can we get to my sunset evidence?
That's absolutely not true.
You got like 5 minutes left.
Conservation of angular momentum. Conservation of angular momentum, mate. If it started twisting, it'll keep twisting.
All right, we're gonna let Angel wrap up his point. I'm so sorry. Like I said, you have had quite a bit of the floor time there, PhD, and it's I do understand it's very we're all.
Hugh Jar says, "What's wrong with being fat?" I had to buy bigger clothes and I didn't like it. Nothing. Hugh, you're not fat. You're big boned.
Passionate about what's going on here. I'm mostly just chilling, honestly. But go ahead there, Angel.
I know, Cygnus Step. I love you.
A hovering helicopter, by the way, the world record is over 50 hours, which rotated with the Earth. Turning is acceleration. Therefore, the helicopter is accelerating, right?
Wrong.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Definitely.
One says yes, one says no.
All right, I'm going to do it.
Definitely.
All right, so what I'm going to do.
Tony's more of Tony's an actual scientist. Believe his answer.
Circular motion involves an acceleration.
Believe his answer, guys. Believe his anser. That's what Peter said.
Because he understands it better. As soon as he said yes, I realized I was wrong. He's right. Circular motion involves acceleration.
Electric IPM says, "Get yourself a chin-up bar." I'm at the gym 5 days a week, so I'm using their stuff to do pull-up training. My shoulder is a real problem with that. I have issues engaging my scapula properly. So what I'm doing at the moment is working on scapular pull-ups and negatives to build up those muscles, because I can still not do one full pull-up. Hugh Jars says, "I'm blessed with mass," for $2 Australian. Thank you very much. And everyone, in fact, I'm going to pin that. Everyone, please look at the pinned message for me. Right? You've been incredibly generous to me today with super chats. If you are thinking of giving me any more super chats, don't. Instead, donate to that pinned message to help Toon with his Antarctica trip. Okay? Thank you very much.
I assumed he meant, is it accelerating in relation to the ground, which it's not. Yeah. That's what I meant when I said
the hovering helicopter is gaining energy how to accelerate?
No, it's not gaining energy. That's not true. An acceleration doesn't correspond to a gain in energy. And because an acceleration can simply mean, so acceleration has a direction and velocity has a direction. If you change the direction of motion of something, that's an acceleration, but it doesn't necessarily change its energy, right? The kinetic energy of the object hasn't changed. If I'm going 100 meters a second upwards or 100 meters a second laterally, my energy is the same, right? Regardless of which way I'm going. So an acceleration that doesn't change the velocity of the object doesn't change the kinetic energy of the object. So your argument here is just fallacious and based on not understanding physics. Right, simple physics.
A way that my physics teacher described that to me is that it's accelerating in one vector whilst decelerating in another. So there's a net zero of a net sum of zero velocity change, even though there's an acceleration. NA $6.66 says, "I remember Fight the Tight Shirt." Well, thank you very much. So do I. It was not good.
Yeah.
If you can, because I do want to be fair to Peter too, who has been very patient. I've reset the clock. I put 5 minutes on the floor in the interest of fairness. And it sounded like Nathan was pretty willing to engage with you on your presentation on robotinism, I think it is there. So you go ahead and state your case, and then we'll try to spend 5 minutes unpacking it before we go to Q&A. Everyone.
Let's let the sun worshipper go.
I'm not a sun worshipper.
Is it worth hanging around for the Q&A for this, guys? Or should we do that on another stream this week? Fletcher Boy 499 says, "It's true, mass attracts mass, but Flerfs attract stupidity."
I'm a Christ worshipper. Thank you very much. So I already presented my case. Here it is again. Just with the diagram, I can also present the evidence itself. There you go. How do you explain that on a flat Earth? The sun's not moving away from us.
Well, I explain it by, for 10 years, your guys' argument was the sun doesn't shrink in angular size, and that was your argument until we took your video, put it in Photoshop, measured
No,
the...
I never. That was never the thrust of my argument.
It's a straw man. The sun doesn't change in angular size a noticeable amount. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny amount which matches the predictions of the globe. Prosthetic Head says Green Lantern does the least push-ups in the Justice League. That's because he doesn't need to be strong. He's got a power ring. But I'd rather be like Batman, you know? Well, actually, I'd rather have a Green Lantern ring and be like Batman. Batman with a Green Lantern ring. That would be amazing. And a Red Lantern ring. And a Blue Lantern ring. At the same time.
Otherwise, I'm done. I'll just go on mute, turn my camera off, and wait for the Q&A, because I'm done being interrupted, bro. The entire time I've been interrupted.
Moderator!
Hey guys, you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
Let's give Nathan a chance to respond here, and then we'll let you continue. So let's try to keep it short and sweet. And but yeah, where he is presenting his sides, I think he's trying to unpack as much as he can and get as much out of you as he can do. So
yeah, can you grab a pen and a paper, bro? I know you got a globefish memory. You have like a 3-second memory. You turn around inside the dome you're in. You can't remember what's on the other side. But just grab a pen, grab a paper. Anything I say that you need to attack, just wait till I'm finished, and then you can attack it. The argument used to be the sun changing angular size. Then we got Peter Malarkey's video. We got Fighting Flat Earthers video. We got United Against Flat Earthers video. All these people who did solar observations with a solar filter and proved it does change angular size. Now it's the trajectory. Now it's the path of the sun. It's not linear. It's arctangent. It's like, this is such a joke, guys. If you can't see that the attenuation of light is happening, the sun is shrinking in angular size, and that sun is moving away from you, there is no helping people. If you...
But it doesn't shrink in angular size like you would expect on a flat Earth. At all. Flat Earth would have something like this going on. Look at the top right as the sun moves away. Look how small it gets. That's what we would expect on a flat Earth, but that doesn't happen in reality. Huge arse for $2 Australian says FTFE, I have a power ring. I hope it's not green. If it is, see a doctor.
Do you think this is caused because the floor is moving back?
Right, I'll tell you what we do, guys, right, is we will do part 2, the Q&A, tomorrow, okay?
Backwards 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, even though we can't feel it, we can't measure it, it's all relative. There is no helping people. So I love you guys. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, you lose. Nathan, you haven't changed. Which is good. Don't ever change, because you are a perfect example of what flat earthers are. I've just been told to play this little clip from the from the Q&A. Oh, where did I put it? I lost it. There it is.
If Dave... Oh, Nug's ammunition, this will be good. Alright, will you host a debate if Dave Weiss is a potato or not? A lot of us don't know. Oh, you're so... These are some objective ones. Potato, boil them, mash them, stick them.
Oh, bro, I already texted James about this, Ryan, just so you know. So if you like your job, you should do a better job.
Oh my God!
Not threatened at all. Krugsile. Oh.
Oh my God, did he actually say, I've told on you. I've told on you, I have. Oh my God. Yeah, right, we do the Q&A tomorrow. Sigma Step for $2 says, okay. Okay, what? But thank you very much.
Go ahead.
You didn't actually even touch my actual argument.
What was your argument?
You need me to remind you? I argued that the sun does not...
The Trying Scotsman for £2 says, Craig, you are a legend. I wish you well. No, I wish you well. Thank you very much. I wish you all more than well.
Slow down as it sets, as it should if it was linear perspective.
PhD Tony says, I did tell Nathan to shut the fuck up in the QA. Alright, I'll tell you. What we'll do then is, we'll move the recording session to Monday, and tomorrow I'll do part 2 of this. Or, no. I'll do the recording session tomorrow, and then Monday I'll do part 2 of this, of the Q&A, right? Yeah, so recording session tomorrow, part 2 of this, the Q&A on Monday.
Perspective. It also doesn't change angular size according to linear perspective. It changes angular size only a few %. but that's irrelevant.
Thanks,
to
Uno,
my
it's Andy.
argument, Which
You
is
got 40%, but and I got 23%.
40%, not a couple percent. 40%.
That's not even
You
correct.
got 40.
That's not even correct.
Do you want me to play the video then? Do you want me to play your video?
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't. I mean, I would say yes, but in the interest of time, no, because it does not matter. It does not matter because my argument still stands, even if the sun did change angular size 40%, which is it does not.
All right, let me jump in real quick because it would change angular size. It does change angular size, and the reason it speeds up towards the horizon is because it's going through a more dense atmosphere. It's being refracted downward. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, like you literally look this up, right? Are you saying the sun
the code
sets at a linear rate the whole way?
Yes.
Oh, the rate at which the
it.
sun sets, the rate at which the sunsets appear non-linear due to Earth's curvature and the observer position, while the sun's angle decreases at a fairly steady rate.
Citizen 9 says, "Are you going to hump the rug again?" Well, I'll do the same tomorrow. Get another 100 in. See how it goes.
Equator, your apparent speeds change.
Are you reading from something?
Yeah, near the horizons.
What are you reading from?
This effect occurs because the atmospheric refraction, which bends light, and our perception of the horizon. So what Nathan just said was confirmed. So
No, I don't think it was.
okay, so just not.
No, that's you try again to make your argument because it was incoherent. That's not. That's just sorry. You failed to make a coherent
The
argument.
audience understood it, so I mean.
No, they didn't.
The audience understood that you just didn't make a coherent.
How much does the sun change size on the globe model when it sets?
I mean, it depends on whether you measure vertically or horizontally, because the sun does get a little squished sometimes depending on atmospheric refraction. But if you measure horizontally, then it only changes by a handful of percent.
Great. Can I share my screen?
You're going to shout at me, but I'm going to try and pronounce it. Al-Khwarizmi, for $4.99 says, "I just wanted to see if you've gotten better at pronouncing my name." One more try. Al-Khwarizmi. Is that good? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then let's move on. We got Q&A, bro. Chat is fine.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm going to just leave it up for the screen share for a minute here because my OBS has, unfortunately, it's been being very slow here, and it hasn't crashed, fortunately, but it is not responding right away. So I'm just going to leave this up, and yeah, go ahead and share your screen if you'd like.
Yep, just give me 1 second.
I'm very dissatisfied with you guys' attempt to touch my argument. All you can do is nitpick. That's all you can do.
And all you can do is cry.
I'm not going to coddle you.
All right, we still got over we got 30 seconds left of the open conversation, but we'll just let it go. We're just gonna let it go.
With ND1 and with exposure settings down on the camera, the sunset was stopped about 15 minutes before the sun actually intersected the horizon. And as you can see, I still got a significant change in size. Here's the before and after comparison of my first time lapse, and I'm going to play it for you right now.
Why didn't you use a soda filter?
So again, if you measure vertically, you'll get squishing from the atmospheric refraction. I said that.
Yeah.
Now
and horizontally?
Horizontally, it'll only be a handful of percent, but you're not measuring the actual edge of the solar disk.
It's on screen. It's on screen.
On screen. Thanks for playing, bro. It's on screen.
It's on screen.
You're measuring vertical. What did I just say?
Bottom one's
What did
horizontal.
I just say?
And this one's horizontal.
Can't read.
Can you read?
Okay, so you rotated the image. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Al.
All right.
Thanks for playing, bud.
Thanks for playing. All right. Questions, comments, concerns.
Let's do it.
Questions, comments, concerns. I think it's great to move into the Q&A at this point. So,
Right. So 1 hour 21:44. We'll come back to this on Monday. Sigler Step for $20 says, "Okay, whatever. Craig has never pronounced my name correctly. That's how your name's pronounced, and you're just gonna have to deal with it." Guys, this has been a lot of fun tonight. My chest is probably going to hurt tomorrow because I end up doing 130 press-ups for the day. So thank you for helping me grow these. Triceps are starting to poke out as well, actually. Tomorrow, live recording session and some editing and chat. Monday, part 2 of this. A whole month of fun. I've got people coming on: Simon Dan, Conspiracy Cats, Creaky Blinder, Greater Sapien, Toon. We've got. I'm going to be doing my first ever scam baiting stream. I'll be streaming my nerd nights. I'm going to do a gaming night. It's going to be community nights. It's going to be a whole month of fun. But just to finish off this show and show you all that I love you, you have to answer a question for me. And that question is, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book by a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard stuff burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realize you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a bring right now, bring right now, bring right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a bring right now, bring right now, bring right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them, and I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember that I love every single one of you. Every single one of you, just, you know, not you, Gary. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Oh, and PhD Tony, you're amazing. Fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat, fight the flat. Wait, I forgot super chat. MV Recanti Gold says for $2, speaking of pronunciation, it's Rossinanti. Yeah, you're Recanti. Deal with it. Fight the flat, 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 fight the flat.
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level.